plaukimo čempionatas. Pirmą kartą Lietuvoje Žalgirio arenos baseine Kaune. Birželio 24-28 dienomis.
Good morning and welcome back to day 4 of the 32nd AIDA Freediving World Championships here in the Žalgiris swimming pool in Kaunas in Lithuania. This is our final day of the competition and I'm feeling bittersweet. Today we are going to have dynamic bifins, but before that I want to give you a little summary of yesterday. We had 112 starts, we had 87 white cards and we had 9 national records, including 3 times for our lovely hosts Lithuania. They had 1 women's and 2 men's national records, and we had 2 national records for Australia, both for women, and we had 1 national record each for Portugal, Israel, Hungary, Finland, and that's it. 1 continental record for Asia and 1 world record by the magnificent Heike Schwertner from Germany, who broke an 11-year-old static world record, which was held by Natalia Molchanova, and her performance was an amazing 9 minutes and 7 seconds. Obviously, that took the gold for the ladies yesterday in static, and for the men, the gold was taken by David Spreitz-Ellings of Sweden with an amazing 9:05 performance. And I think the Swedish team was absolutely over the moon, and I hope they had some responsible celebrations, because I know that many of them are competing today as well. So here's hoping for similar big smiles, massive successes, personal bests, national records, continental records. I don't even know if I should dare hope for a world record, but we'll see. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the world records for this discipline. So this is dynamic with fins. Basically, the freediver, many people are going to use a monofin today, which is a big dolphin-style fin, where both of your feet are in the one big fin, but some people are going to use bifins that you would have seen on Monday to compete in this discipline as well. So the current women's world record is 277 meters, held by Magdalena Solich-Talanda of Poland, and she broke that world record in 2022. The men's world record, it's an interesting story there, because the official AIDA world record was set by Guillaume Bourdila from France in 2022. That's 301 meters. However, we did have a Chinese competitor, William Joy, who reached 111 meters, which is 6 lengths of an Olympic pool and more than that. But unfortunately, that was not at a competition that was had AIDA world record status. There are specific rules in AIDA for where you can break world records. You know, you need a certain number of judges above a certain level of judge experience. So William Joy has an unofficial world record. I hope that one day he will be able to do that in an official competition as well. So that's our first start at 9 o'clock Lithuanian time. We have athletes competing. We have Antony Judge from Australia in lane A. We have Evelina Navašinskaitė from Lithuania in lane B. Fan Kong in lane C. She is from China. I spoke to her yesterday. We have Noriyuki Yabe from Japan in lane D. Paula Jonsson, I spoke to her yesterday as well, from Sweden in lane E. You would have heard the very interesting discussion we had about and the research that she's done about the effects of the menstrual cycle on freediving performance. So if you'd like to listen back to that, the YouTube stream for yesterday is obviously still available on YouTube. But definitely stay tuned for today because I'm expecting a lot of excitement. And finally in lane F we have Jiyeon Kim from Korea. The monofin, as far as I know, the monofin is probably the most powerful means of, non-motorized propulsion. You can see this incredibly graceful full body movement that the athletes are doing with these beautiful big fins. And the key to a nice monofin technique is to start from essentially the core, so just below, essentially start from your sternum actually. So you're not kicking from your glutes, you're not kicking from your thighs. It's a whole body undulation, as they say, and I just love watching this because it's mesmerizing to see those beautiful movements. And we have, that is lane D, so I think that's Noriyuki Yabe just after surfacing. Oh, he is looking like he's in a lot of pain. What happens during breath hold diving, actually it happens in scuba diving as well, but what can happen in breath hold diving is you might get a cramp in somewhere in your leg, cramp in your thighs or in your calves. I get cramps in my calves quite often. So he was looking at, okay. That, I believe, is Fan Kong from China, but she mentioned that she trains in the UK, lives and trains in the UK. She was looking very fresh, very clean. And I'm sorry for Noriyuki Yabe because actually it looks like this might have been a personal best for him because in my notes it says that his PB is 194. So that's actually not a bad result for him. He just looked like he was in a bit of pain just after. I can see Antony Judge just turning at the 200 meter mark. Come on, stay up. Oh, come on, breathe. There's a definite, it's just the tip of his beard that dipped. Okay, he's okay. But that was certainly on the edge. I think Antony Judge certainly turned at the 200 meters. Sorry, I think I said the distance for Noriyuki Yabe wrong. He stopped at the far wall, which it might have been 150. So in lane B, we have Evelina Navašinskaitė. I think she certainly broke her personal best, which I have down as 200 meters, and our approximate distances that you see on the screen. Again, those are very much unofficial results that you see on the screen. They're saying that it was certainly over 200 meters, so she must have turned at the 200 meter wall. Paula Jonsson is looking happy. No, not happy. Very sorry, I didn't see it. I was looking out the window and not at the screen, and it seems that Paula Jonsson actually blacked out. I'm very sorry for her. I mean, she's looking okay now, a few seconds later, but yeah. We spoke to her on Monday actually about this exact thing, about knowing when to stop and knowing when to finish a dive and to prioritize a white card over over pushing yourself and risking a blackout. So I'm sorry it didn't happen for her today. If anybody is looking for a new monofin, well, a second-hand, new to you monofin, Julia is selling hers. I think that's Julia the judge. So you see the phone number there. If you feel like you would like to try this beautiful discipline, then there's the key piece of equipment. Meanwhile, in the commentator booth, I have Maria with me. Maria is our doping officer.
Yeah, doping control officer, yeah.
So we have Maria, our doping control officer. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your duties to come and talk to me.
We have.
Sorry about that. So Maria, tell us about your job. I know a little bit about doping and the anti-doping efforts we do here at the World Championship. I know that you need to doping test the top 3 every day in each sex, and then any world record holders, and then you do some random doping testing. Is that correct?
Yes, in AIDA there is some of the rules written that all the medalists should be tested, which is fine. But and then everybody else should be chosen on some criteria. It can be target, it can be random, whatever. It's chosen by, how we say in anti-doping, the office or headquarters. So basically, in anti-doping world, it is not more interesting to test only the medalists. Now people are chosen and tested by intelligence. That means that every doping control is unexpected. It shouldn't come only with the results. It should come with other intelligence, which can be very different. So it's not only about what is the place of the athlete, but also there are other things that can influence who will be chosen for doping.
For example, what can influence?
Somebody is improving their result better and you didn't expect, and you see that there is a result that is for everybody's surprise and so on. Yeah. Or you have in the anti-doping world now it's popular to have, how they call it, tips. That means that somebody is telling you that there is something happening and so on. Yeah, that's what the World Anti-Doping Agency is actually want to more develop between athletes, that when you have any suspicion you should actually tell. So it's there are so many reasons, but now here I think that all athletes were tested also by the place, like you said, but also by other random choices.
Okay, and I guess so. This is an open. 30 seconds. This is an open secret that athletes can kind of talk about each other and say, oh, I think you should try testing this and that and the other athlete, but they can use this against each other. So, I'm just
Yeah, but because actually the doping is not the test is not only how we say weapon for the anti-doping fight. Now in the anti-doping world, more is dedicated to other sources, and I will say maybe which is interesting for you in AIDA, it's now they come in the same line, the education and the testing. That means that now the World Anti-Doping Agency wants to motivate all the anti-doping organizations like AIDA to educate athletes, the staff, referees in your case, and I can just say that for AIDA this was done on very high level. In previous 1 year we did so many education for referees, for athletes, and that's maybe most important for them because now you and me are speaking, that's also the level of education.
Absolutely.
All of these sources are education of athlete. So AIDA is done very, how to say, very many things on that level, and the testing is just one part. So it's not like before how many tests, who to test. Now there is more about this, educate and intelligence. That's how they call in the world of anti-doping.
Fantastic. And yourself, so do you only do freediving doping testing, or do you do it for other sports as well?
No, I must say I'm lucky. I'm doing this one for most of the sports. I'm doing for UEFA, for FIFA, for FIBA, for mountaineers, for many other sports. So the beauty of our job is that it's the same all over the world.
Right.
And that is something that maybe should be told to the athletes how they are testing today. That's how the Olympic medalists will be tested tomorrow in Paris. The process is the same. Everything is the same, and that's what is again I must say AIDA is going up to that level to be literally on the same level as other anti-doping organization, and that will happen probably in the future to become the part of this big family who is signing the World Anti-Doping Code. So for all athletes who are tested today, they should know the process is the same that will happen in 1 month in Paris. So
And
that's nice to know.
What does that process look like? I've never been tested because
In few steps now you will have one athlete, one of the we call chaperone. In this case it will be assistant. They will approach to him. They will notify him about the doping control. He will be with that person all the time until he is getting to the doping station. That means that athlete has to be observed all the time. There is from that moment when he is notified, we are not leaving out of the site. He will go to the doping station. We will fill some forms, which is the most boring part of the doping control. He will drink water. He will wait to pee. And when he is ready, he will be again observed by the same gender person while he is providing the sample. That's probably the most stressful for most of the athletes who are also coming yesterday for the first time. And then we will put that in some bottles that will be divided, and those bottles will be immediately analyzed. For example, they are traveling with me today to laboratory in Vienna, in Austria. So this is basically the process that is done in short.
Excellent. And if people are curious about AIDA's anti-doping efforts, you can find it on the AIDA website, I believe. There's anti-doping policy documents.
Yes, we should mention excellent page with all the information, and not only about doping process, about therapeutic use exemption when they need to take some medication. We just also need to mention this because there are not all medication or supplements allowed, so they should always ask. There is a place to ask there, place to find information about the process and everything else. So yes, go to AIDA website, and a lot of things has been done on the field of anti-doping.
That's fantastic. And what other AIDA competitions can we expect to have this level of doping control? I'd imagine the Corsica World Championships.
Yes, the first one, probably all the World Championship. That's actually the rule in all federations. And then all other competition, there are places for the testing. And not only that, there are also out of competition. That is something that we can speak maybe next time. Yeah.
Perfect. Maria, thank you so much for telling us about the doping controls. I know that it's been a topic in the freediving world recently.
Yes.
But I'm very happy that we were able to discuss that. Thank you so much, and I wish you a lot of negative tests.
Yes.
Negative
I also
tests,
hope the same. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm hoping for a lot of negative tests. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that was Maria, our doping control officer, talking to us about the doping at the World Championships. So athletes who are going to the Depth World Championships in Corsica later this year, AIDA Freediving Depth World Championships, can also expect to see her, possibly approaching you with a smile and asking you to kindly come with her for a doping test. And certainly the athletes with medals, but other athletes should also expect this, all in the name of fairness in sport. Meanwhile, while I was chatting to Maria, we had Heat 2, so we had Daniel Losinski from Sweden with a personal best, is what they're telling me in the YouTube chat. Thank you so much, people. I'm very, very happy for Daniel. And seriously, the Swedish team, you know, there's the ups and downs, as with everyone. But super great to see people's happy smiles, and very happy for Daniel Losinski from Sweden. We also saw Anastasia Devanatajic from the US compete. We had Hyungun Shin from Korea in Lane C, Alexander Maskalenko from Latvia, and two British athletes, Paul Million is the only British athlete in this heat, and then Jan Knudsen from Germany as well. So you can see the results on the screen now. So we've had an amazing 207 meter personal best from Daniel Losinski. Fantastic, incredibly happy for the Swedish team. And with me in the studio is Noriyuki Abe from Japan. Hi, hello.
Hi Esther, my name is Nori. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much for coming by. You came with a big Japanese team, and I know we spoke about the freediving scene in Japan, and you mentioned how it's growing. Can you tell me a little bit more? What are the cities where there's the biggest freediving scene? What does freediving look like in Japan? Do you have clubs, or do you just kind of have smaller groups training together?
Yeah, sure. So we have, I think, 17 athletes and some coaches this time. So I think it is the biggest team amongst all the countries this time. So yeah, freediving is getting more popular, and freediving population is growing year and year in Japan. So we have a big community in Tokyo, which is the capital of Japan, and there's another one, well, maybe like a few ones in Osaka, which is more like a western side of Japan. And there's a big community as well in Okinawa, which is an island in southern part of Japan. They mainly dive in the depth freediving.
That's fantastic. And what do you know, does the general non-freediving population know a lot about freediving in Japan? Do you, because, for example, in Ireland, every time I speak to someone about freediving, they immediately mention the movie The Deepest Breath. That was obviously made by an Irish director and featured Stephen Keenan, the late, great Stephen Keenan, who was an Irish freediver. So what is the kind of popular perception of freediving in Japan? What would you say?
Yeah, good question. I think still, so freediving is again getting popular, but I don't think the competitive freediving is not that popular yet. But it's more like people are more aware of the beauty of the freediving, or recreational freediving, and how like photogenic it is on your Instagram, for example. So more like a casual freediving. It's like fun diving type of freediving is getting more popular.
Fantastic. So you competed today in the very first heat. What was your result? You looked like you were in a bit of pain at the end of your dive. I think you surfaced, was that the 150 meters?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I finished exactly at the 150 meters. So my best in monofin is 200 meters in training.
Nice.
So today was about 75% of my best. But yeah, I'm not unhappy. So I was a bit nervous, and then I felt uncomfortable. And then I felt a little bit hypoxic. Even around like 130 meters, so like today it's like 150 will be enough. So
okay, we had a close-up of your face when you surfaced, and I saw that you were kind of grimacing. Did you have maybe like a lot of lactic, or did you have cramps in your legs?
My body was fine. It's more like I couldn't control my mental state a little bit. So I couldn't relax. So I think my body was a bit tense. And then, so yeah, that's why, like mentally, I was struggling a little bit. But that's part of the sport, and then it's such a mental game. So yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, you got a white card. Right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So you got a white card, and it's been a long week with a lot of competitions. competed in several other disciplines.
Yeah, I competed in all the disciplines. So from bifin, lowfin, static, and today monofin.
So even with the rest day, it's just possible that you're tired, no? And
yeah.
You know, when you guys flew over from Japan, maybe there was a time zone difference, jet lag, etc. So great stuff. Thank you so much, Nori, for coming by and speaking to me. I'm super happy to see the smiles and the Japanese team here, and such a big number as well. And I'm wishing your fellow athletes a lot of success. And I hope that the sport continues to grow in Japan, and maybe one day I will visit and join you in training in Japan.
Yeah,
I'd love
please
to
do.
go one day.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place as well. I mean, it's as beautiful as this Kaunas city here, so please do.
Absolutely.
And I think, 7 or 8 Japanese divers coming up soon, so let's see how they do.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. So you heard Noriyuki Yabe from Japan speaking to me. As he mentioned, there's a beautiful big Japanese team here today, so keep your eyes peeled for the lovely Japanese athletes, and I hope for beautiful performances and white cards for them, as well as for everyone, obviously. Now, in this current heat, we saw the athletes, most of them turning at the 50-meter wall. We have 3 awesome Polish athletes in this heat, so we have Magdalena Czalujiak, Izabela Liszek, and Jacek Polak from Poland. We have Sylvain Desaulniers. Sylvain, where are the fans of Sylvain? There were a lot of you in the chat yesterday, and we have Matt Turnbull. So we have Izabela Liszek coming up. Looked like a pretty clean surface protocol. So love the comment in the YouTube chat saying Jacek's monofin doesn't know how to do short distances. I wish I had a monofin like that. Where can you get a monofin that doesn't know how to do short distances? Okay, so in lane B we have Magdalena Czalujiak, another Polish athlete surfacing at the is that the 100 and something meter mark, I believe. And then in lane F we have Jacek Polak still swimming, and lane A also we have Sylvain still going strong in his nice Canadian flag swimming cap. I love it when athletes make my life easy and wear a swimming cap with their name or their country flag. And I believe there was an applause and some high fives for Magdalena Czalujiak. I didn't see it, but I hope that was a white card for her. And you can see the judges practically, the Judge Gabi and her team practically running at the side of the pool. And I think that is that Jacek Polak surfacing at? Okay, so that is, I can see Sylvain surfacing. There was a bit of shouting with his coaches, but he's looking very stable on the line, but tired. And Matt Turnbull also smiling. Okay.
Nice slice finally, yeah?
Okay, here we have. And a white card.
157. Nice, thank you.
We have a white card for Katarina Borysiuk from Australia. She looked very happy with that. I love the faces when athletes surface. It's an incredible, you know. It is, like I said, it's a full body experience. So, for example, for bifins, you can easily train, you know, squats and leg day, focus on leg days. But for monofin, the monofin leg stroke, it's a full body experience starting from your sternum. And you can see the official results from, these are the official results from the previous heat. So you can see Sylvain Desaulniers with an amazing 242 meters and a white card. Super happy for him. You saw that he was quite tired at the end and really I'm sure he felt the burn. Jacek Polak, 200 meters with the monofin that doesn't know how to do short distances. I need to buy that off him. Katarina Borysiuk from Australia, 157, and some nice 100 to 155 meter performances from Matt Turnbull, 155, Magdalena Czaluják, 114, and Isabella Lishak, 100 meters. All very nice white cards. I do believe Sylvain is going to be interviewed by Algimantas shortly, so stand by to hear from Sylvain Desaulniers, the Canadian athlete.
We are here with Sylvain after his dive with a monofin, 242 meters. That is a continental record for North America. Congratulations, Sylvain. What's the feeling? You're still catching your breath. Oh, how are you feeling after the dive? What was the dive like?
I'm still out of breath and the legs are burning. Oh, yeah. I was pretty fast. That's what it's my new thing for this year, trying to go faster. It pays, yeah, I'm really happy.
Tips for the other athletes, go fast. No, don't do it. But Sylvain, that worked for you. You changed up your technique, right? You went faster. Yeah. What's the feeling when you're doing the last meter? What was the feeling underwater? What was you going through your head while you were diving?
Frankly, just trying to continue to advance as the legs were stiff and burning. So I just trying to go advance, continue. My mind was still there, so I go, okay, I can do it. I can do it, yeah.
And you did it. Congratulations, Sylvain. Thank you so much. Congrats.
So that was Sylvain Desaulniers talking to Algimantas about his fantastic 224, I believe, 224 meter dive, and he has decided to go faster with the monofin. So for the people asking in the YouTube chat about the rules are to go as far as possible. So we are looking at distance, not speed, not time. But it is, I mentioned this in the dynamic disciplines on Monday and Tuesday, so dynamic bifins and no fins, that yet again it is a strategy of you can go faster if your muscles are stronger, but then you're going to feel the lactic. As Sylvain mentioned, he's still feeling the burn. He's probably walking on jelly legs as we speak. Or you can kind of go a little bit slower if you have a nice long static or a nice long breath hold, and you can focus on relaxation and more gentler movements. So again, time doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who finishes first. The distance is what matters. And of course, a clean surface protocol to validate your performance at the end. So we've seen a lot of surface protocols up close yesterday because it's, in static, the athletes aren't moving. So it's easy to catch some very nicely visible surface protocols and some not so clean surface protocols. And yet here we are with the athletes. So in this next heat, in lane A, we have Elizabeth Mattes. She has helped with the organizing of the event, but she's also competed in every single discipline so far, and she's gained at least 1 or 2 Austrian national records, I believe. She mentioned this morning as we were walking to the swimming pool that she is quite tired. I think it's been an intense week, and I think a lot of the athletes are probably feeling a bit tired, especially those who have competed in all disciplines or many of the disciplines. In lane B, we have Zuzana Reitingerova from Czechia, but living in Australia, so hanging out and drinking beers with the Australian team. I'm definitely joining them for beers tonight. In fact, I hope we're going to have a party. We have Mateusz Pratek. I spoke to Mateusz earlier. I think it was on Tuesday that I spoke to him. The days kind of blur into one. And then we have Laura Maguire. I spoke to her on Monday. She is the mermaid. So in lane D, you can see an actual mermaid doing, well, the mermaid thing, which is really what monofin is about. So it's the It's really the original mermaid movement. And Aura Salonen from Finland in lane E with Han Chang from Korea in lane F. And you can see it's a tough day for the safeties because they actually have to gather some speed to keep up with the athletes. Obviously, our fantastic safety divers have been looking after the athletes all throughout the week. But of course, yesterday, maybe it was a little bit less physically demanding for them as they just had to kind of stand beside the static athletes. However, now Elizabeth Mattes is surfacing. And that looks like she's surfacing at about the 130-meter mark. Okay, completed the surface protocol. That was a little bit on the edge. Who was that? I'm trying to see. That was lane B. So that was Susanna Reitinger. Was that Sus? Yes, it was Susanna, and there was certainly a bit of a wobble. And then lane C, Mateusz Platek, you can see him. He's very happy. He's looking very clean and fresh. He's finished his surface protocol and already smiling and high-fiving the other athletes. Sorry, not the safeties. He's high-fiving the safeties. So, and a white card for... trying to see who that was in which lane. That's lane D. Lane D, so Laura Maguire. And then Han Chang from Korea just staying still on the line. And you can see the judge about to show him her judgment. And it's a white card. White card, fantastic. White card for Han Chang from Korea. Very nice. Looked like a very nice solid dive to me, to be honest. I just saw in the recap one of the athletes, when they turned, they didn't quite go back into their lane. They went into the other lane, but very quickly corrected and then subsequently surfaced. This is allowed if they surface in their own lane and they don't hinder other athletes. I do believe that that can still earn them a white card. And you can see on the screen that nobody got anything other than a white card, with some very nice performances between 120 meters to 150-ish meter range. So some pretty solid performances and some happy smiles and clean service protocols. You saw for a moment that is, I think that is Daichi. Yes, that is Daichi Sugitani from Japan. I met him at the Noxy Cup in Budapest in Hungary last year. He flew all the way from Japan to Budapest to compete, and it was lovely to have him there. So great to see him here as well. He hasn't competed in any other discipline, He's only competing in the monofin now. I think his discipline is the monofin, and his motto is that I'm a freediver, and I hope for a very nice performance from him today. You could see in the nice close-up shot that he had some writing on his hand. Many athletes choose to write their official top, their top time, their starting time with a pen on their hands. So no matter where you are, if you're warming up in the water or if you're sitting by the pool getting ready for your performance, or maybe you're warming up dry, you always have your top time in front of you. And obviously there's a huge display in the pool that you can see from anywhere. So you can see the exact time. You can see that you have a little less than 3 minutes until the next official top. So that's why you would have seen a bit of writing on Daichi-san's hands with his official top time. So warm-up time and top time is what athletes usually write on their hands. And if you're considering competing, my advice to you is once the start list for your competition is published, so that's going to be for any competition, even the small local competitions, they will, at one point they will publish a start list with the athletes' warm-up times and official top times. Just work your way back from your official top time. So for example, for Daichi-san, top time is 9:40, which means that at 8:40 at the latest, he needs to be checking in the check-in area for his performance to be valid. Unfortunately, if he fails to check in or if he's late for his check-in, then that means that he receives a red card. I am trying to remember who I spoke to yesterday who unfortunately got a red card because of this, and his name escapes me. I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But it has happened. It does happen to world-class athletes. Well, it has happened to world-class athletes, and it's the kind of mistake you only make once and then never again. And, you know, because due to no matter how beautiful your performance is and no matter how clean your surface protocol is, if you fail the kind of administrative task of checking in an hour before your official top, you will get a red card. So working your way back from the official top to say, okay, I need to arrive, if I have my top time at 9:40, I need to arrive at 8:30, I need to check in at 9:40, and then, I need to check in an hour before, so I need to check in at 8:40, and then between 8:40 and 9:40, which is my top time, I can do whatever I want. I can relax, I can take a few sips of water, I can meditate, I can stretch, I can put on my wetsuit and put on my monofin and then be ready a few minutes before my top time. I think AIDA needs to allow athletes to be in their competition zone at least 4 minutes before their performance, which is why yesterday we had a much longer time in between starts. So yesterday in static, the AIDA rulebook states that in static you have to have at least 14 minutes between each start in order to give athletes time to do a 10-minute long performance. And as we saw, we had the gold medalists, Well, Heike with her world record and Daniel with his gold medal both do performance over 9 minutes yesterday in static. But here, as you can see, the timings are a lot faster. We have 10 minutes between official tops, and they are off now. You see Carlo Grubin starting his dive. Unfortunately, it's not been a lucky competition for Carlo. I know that he trains incredibly hard, but it's been by fins and no fins for him has been blackouts and red cards. Unfortunately, he didn't compete in static, but you did see him hugging Daniel after his gold medal winning static performance yesterday. So I'm really hoping for a long dive and a white card for Carlo Grubin today, and I hope that this time it will not result in a red card. So in the commentator booth with me, I have Philippe. And Philippe, you are with the French team. You are their coach?
Yes, I am the coach.
Fantastic. How do you feel about the team's performance so far, the French team?
I think it's good. It's fine. We had the third place in the Bifin.
Yes, fantastic.
Podium, and all the team had a white card. Yesterday we had 2 French people in the 10th.
Top 10.
In the top 10,
Yes.
sorry. Alexandre Boscari 7,
Yes.
and Sylvain Audrey 6. Sylvain 6.
Fantastic result.
Yes, nice result. A lot of young people, so it's their first experience. So they have to improve, but they did their personal best. They discover World Championship. It's their first World Championship. It's very nice. And today we have 9 competitors engaged in
Nice.
this competition this morning.
How many people do you have in the French team at this competition?
We are 13.
13.
13. So, but some of them don't compete to this morning.
Ah, okay.
And so, in fact, we organize that every competitor has a personal coach.
Fantastic. Very good. I think personal coaches help.
It is.
Yeah, for static it's the most important, but I think they help
Yes,
so much.
but even in dynamic, because first we have to remind the goal of this, to have a coach, is to allow the athlete to focus only on his dive. This is the most important, and the coach remind, oh, do you have all your stuff with you? Don't forget anything. When there is the come down, you can help. Here it's very okay during this World Championship. We can hear clearly the countdown. But in some competitions, sometimes it's difficult, so you have to repeat to the athletes before the top departure and after. It's a very good help when the athlete finish his performance, to help him to breathe, to remove the nose clip, goggles, and make the sign. And I'm okay, very important. So it's a very good help, as the coach has a very big added value.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's
Yes. How do you help your athletes prepare for a World Championship, and how do you help them prepare for each performance here as a coach?
In fact, for me here, it's the result of 1 year full training. So it's difficult to say, only giving some advices, to be clear that everybody take time to relax, take care about what they eat, try to find the best place they will be. They could relax. But just this, it's very difficult to give some advice, because you must not change now during the competition what was done during training. It's for that reason. So, and try to help the best. They must not be worried about anything. So here I'm here to try to sort it out, every problem which might happen.
Absolutely. Yes.
With my poor English.
No, it's perfect. No, perfectly clear to me, absolutely. And I remember mentioned several times during the competition that the great advice is to not change anything. We saw somebody doing static in just his, I think it was Yevhen from Ukraine, doing static just in his swimming trunks, no wetsuit, because that's how he trained. We saw Rodrigo from Mexico, I think he did no fins just in his swimming trunks, because he said that's how he trains. And then to not change anything, not change your swimming suit, etc.
For me, it's the most important. It's like, when you are a student and you have a big, in France, a baccalaureate.
Yeah, big exam.
What you didn't do before, you won't do it now.
Yes.
You understand? Before, during the competition, it's over. It's over.
Absolutely. Okay. And this is the fruit of a year-long effort and a year-long training. Do the French team train together?
No, because we are completely shared in
All over
all over the France. We have 4 athletes from Nice, 2 or 3 from from Paris, around in the suburb of Paris, on the east of France. So everybody is. But we meet each other. We meet each other during the different competition in France. So we know very well everybody.
Fantastic. Philippe, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you to you.
We're going to hear an interview, I believe it's with Brady Bradshaw, the American athlete. I think Algimantas, I saw him walking with Algimantas, so thank you so much.
Congratulations, and I do hope the best for all the divers, whatever the country they are.
Thank you so much, Philippe.
Bye-bye.
We are here with Brady Bradshaw from Team United States. He just did another continental record. We just interviewed Sylvain, who pushed it through the continental record, and now Brady is the new continental record. Congratulations, Brady. How did it feel?
Oh, I fell asleep. I fell asleep for the first 100. And I just kept my eyes closed most of the time, and it just felt the movement of the water. I was appreciating the beautiful Lithuanian waters from wells underground, I believe, and just thinking about this beautiful river where salmon used to swim. And yeah, I just love this being in the water with my team and with all these amazing people from around the world. So feeling a lot of good energy here.
Right.
Yeah.
What was the last meters? Was it hard?
The hardest meters? Yeah. Oh man, I think at the 150 wall, when I started to question whether I'm going to get to the 200 wall, I started to question in my mind, am I going to get there, or am I going to do like a disappointing dive? Right. And so I had that moment of thought where I was like thinking too hard, and I had to just kind of close my eyes again and tell myself, fall asleep again, fall asleep.
Just don't think. But you pushed through those hard meters, and you managed to get the continental record. Congratulations, Brady. Thank you so much. Good job.
Yeah. Excited.
Nice.
So you heard Brady Bradshaw, new North American continental record holder in dynamic monofin, speaking to Algimantas there. So already it's not even 10 o'clock, and we have 2 continental records beating each other for the North American continental record. So I'm curious to see if maybe anybody else is going to take that from Brady Bradshaw. But a fantastic result. So previously we had, I'm just gonna look at my list very quickly. 2 continental records, all before breakfast. A fantastic result, and massive congratulations to Brady. In the previous heat, while I was talking to Philippe, I noticed that Daichi Sugitani got a white card, Carlo Grbin got a white card, and we also had Tetiana Serogina, Lucy Budinova, and Cristina Dorondo competing in the monofin discipline in the previous heat. The next official top is starting in 1 minute, actually. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have Emmanuel Turlin from France in lane A. As Philippe mentioned, the French team, because it's a big team, they sort of divided the disciplines amongst themselves. So you don't really have a French athlete who's competed in every single discipline, and each athlete has their own dedicated coach. So I'm looking at the group going on the right-hand side of the pool, and I'm sure that within that group there is somebody who is going to coach Emmanuel from the side of the pool in his service protocol. In lane B we have Jeanette Molnar from Sweden. Again, very strong Swedish team, and super happy for Carlo's white card, finally gaining a white card. And we have Buda Shobat from Croatia. He was one of the static warriors from yesterday, and he's competing in the dynamic discipline today as well. Iris Alaola, another static warrior from yesterday in lane D. She won I believe she won the silver yesterday in static. following Heike Schwertner's world record. Fernando from Spain in lane E, and Ivan Gavriliev, a Lithuanian athlete, in lane F. So let's see how they get on. I can see a French flag on that monofin, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's Emmanuel Tuilin in lane A, and he is turning at the 100-meter wall with some very nice gentle undulations of the body, and yet still going at a very good speed. I can actually see the safety just finning hard to keep up with him. Jeanette Molnar in lane B with a very nice bluish-green monofin, and we have Iris Alaolla surfacing. Iris, it seems she surfaced at around the 110-meter mark. Again, what you see on the stream is not the official or accurate results. It is an approximation that is being measured live. But I am hearing some applause for Buda Shobat, who has also surfaced in lane C. I believe he surfaced at, is that the 100-meter mark only? Sometimes athletes, and especially after a big performance like what he did yesterday, it's, you know, maybe he was just looking to do a fun dive, have a little cool down in the monofin discipline. I think that's Ivan Gavriliev. I see Elvinas, one of our main local organizer, filming him there, shouting. Yes. Very nice job for Ivan there in the white swimming cap. And then right behind him in lane E, we have Fernando from Spain, has also surfaced, and I can see he's smiling. And that is also a white card with some applause right at the... Amazing. I think I'm going to hazard a guess and say that might be a Lithuanian national record. I don't know if I'm right. And the little rat mascot for I think that's Jeanette. Yes, is that part of your facial equipment, Jeanette? The rat mascot? So I'm hoping that shortly we will be able to show you the results from this heat. We're just waiting for the judges to enter it in the system. So based on the celebration, I'm going to hazard the guess that we've seen yet another Lithuanian national record. Again, I mentioned yesterday how happy I am that our lovely hosts with the most are seeing success after success. It's fantastic to see them, getting the national records in their home pool. So incredibly happy for Ivan Gavriliev from the previous heat for all of his successes. So you can see the results on the screen now. So Ivan Gavriliev, 200 meters, and Fernando Iscar-Ruland from Spain, 199. The difference in this, you saw them kind of right behind each other. The difference can be if they touched the wall before surfacing or not. So this is also something that you learn after the very first time it happens to you, that if you want to get that AIDA, the measurements are rounded down. So even if you have 199.5 meters, it will appear as 199 meters as opposed to 200 meters. Still a magnificent performance. I wish that one day I could do 200 meters with the monofin, and incredibly happy for Ivan Gavriliev. In the next heat, we have Marcel Bago in the lane D from Hungary. We have Yeonju Im from Korea in lane E, Siri Osvald from Norway in lane F. In lane A, we have Rodrigo Villalobos. You can see that he has opted to not wear his wetsuit again. We have Talia Sklar from Israel and Riikka Lammi from Finland in lane C.
One minute, 30 seconds.
The Finnish athletes are also here with quite a big team, and I've spoken to a few of them in the past few days of the competition. Here is Marcel Bago from Hungary. I know that he was... unfortunately, I believe he got a red card in his static performance yesterday, so he was a bit unhappy with that. But again, I think he wasn't. He's here for the adventure and the fun of it, I believe. You can see Yeonju Im wearing a really nice... is that Yeonju Im? I think that might be Siri Osvald instead. Wearing a very nice double K sleeveless wetsuit. I love a good sleeveless wetsuit, and the double K one looks fantastic. Double K are one of the main sponsors of the World Championships, so shout out to them for their generosity. And we definitely have had athletes such as Siri mention that Double K sponsor her as well, and that she really enjoys the fantastic and functional equipment that they provide. So one day I will own a beautiful double K wetsuit like hers, and it'll make me go fast. So you can see that in lane C, Riikka Lammi from Finland is using the bifins in this discipline. This is allowed, so you can use any fins you want. In fact, you don't even have to use fins in this discipline. The main thing is that in the no fins discipline, you're not allowed to use fins, as the name suggests. However, here in dynamic, you saw most people use a monofin because obviously that's the most powerful, but some people might not have perfected their monofin technique, or they might not have made the investment to buy a beautiful competition level monofin yet. Which is why they might be using bifins in this discipline, which is also acceptable. So here we have a nice turn. I believe that's a nice turn at the 50-meter mark. I believe that might have been Siri in lane F. And we can see some athletes in lanes A, B and C closing in on the 100-meter mark. You can see Talia do a tumble style turn, kind of turning upside down for a moment as opposed to sideways. We did see a sideways turn go ever so slightly wrong in one of the previous heats where the athlete briefly entered the other lane, but thankfully that was all right because they very quickly corrected their course and went back into their own lane and ended up surfacing. So I see Riikka Lammi in lane C surfacing from Finland, looking like a very clean and nice surface protocol. She is wearing a diving mask, which is again equipment choice for different reasons. It still counts as facial equipment, so for the surface protocol, the same as the goggles and the nose clip, it still needs to be removed.
Breathe, don't move. Just breathe. Just breathe. No slip. No slip. Breathe. Now breathe.
And Talia Sklar and Rodrigo Villalobos have surfaced more or less at the same time, just behind each other. At the, I believe it's the 150-ish, yes, the 150-meter wall. They've both surfaced, and you can see the safeties holding up their hands to show that they are not touching the athlete. This is very usual, just to kind of dispel any doubts that the judges might have if the safety. Come on. And that is going to be, is that Yonju? Marcel is looking quite blue and trembly. And that was unfortunately a blackout. I'm trying to see, so that was in lane E, so that was Yonju Im. Yonju Im, unfortunately, with a blackout, dipping the airways and having to be grabbed by the safeties. But as I mentioned, you know, if anybody's new to this, this is the safest place to push your limits, because you know that you have an entire safety team looking after you, as they have done here for Yonju. And I believe that's a white card for, is that Siri? Siri must vote. Yes, I do think that's Siri, a Norwegian athlete who has received a nice white card. For Yeonju Im, Korean athlete is looking disappointed, but that is so this is very usual for a freediving competition. The person wrapped in blankets and towels, just kind of creating a little sensory deprivation pod for themselves, just relaxing in the darkness. I'd imagine this person also has earphones in and some music possibly. So you can see the results on the screen now. Yeonju Im, red card. You saw her chin. Unfortunately, her airways dip in the water, and subsequently the safeties had to grab her and keep her airways above the water. These things happen they can happen in any freediving competitions, and this is why you never dive alone. And this is why competition is a great place to push your limits, because you know that you have safeties looking after you at all times. White cards otherwise for everyone. Pretty nice performances. Marcel Bogo with 184 meter. Very nice, nice swim for Hungary. As I mentioned, so the rules stipulate the same way as for what we saw on Monday in bifins and what we saw on Tuesday for no fins, that you have to touch the wall at every turn. Either you have to touch the wall with your hands, or some part of your body needs to touch the wall, and that can be your fins, which is why we've seen the variety of different turns employed by the athletes. The main thing is to somehow touch the wall at every turn, otherwise you might receive a penalty. Depending on how far you were from the wall, it might turn into a red card as well. So very, very sorry for, I can see Korean people in the chat. Hello, people watching from Korea. Very sorry about Yeonju's unfortunate blackout, but like I mentioned, these things happen. It's a competition, swings and roundabouts. So we have Gloria Stetsenko from Latvia, Victoria Stanuliononi. I'm so sorry, I'm struggling with her name. Stanulionite. I think I got it in the end. From Lithuania. Stanulionite. Yes, so Victoria from Lithuania, and we have Katalin from Romania. I spoke to him yesterday about his very interesting kind of ocean conservation project. He is helping to plant seagrass along the shores of Denmark, which is where he lives, and or lives part of the year anyway. And they do that at 1 to 2 meter depth on a breath hold. So the freediving community in Denmark is involved directly in ocean conservation and the restoration of the coastal ecosystems, which I think is fantastic. We have another Lithuanian athlete, Mantas Zemleckas. So again, I am hoping for some beautiful performances, white cards and big smiles from the local team. And we have another Romanian athlete, Diana Boesan. So hello to the people watching the YouTube stream from Romania, and now is your time to make some noise for your athletes. And also we have Klaus Kasten from Germany. So Klaus had a great day on Monday. He broke a German record in bifins, even though later that day that record was taken from him. Nevertheless, it's a national record is a national record, even if you only held it for maybe an hour or two. Klaus was the one coaching Heike Schwertner during her world record yesterday. He is a great freediver himself, and I am really looking forward to his performance. And in case you're new here, the beauty of freediving is that it is suitable for all ages. So it's the top athletes. It is easily possible that the top athletes are people in their 50s or even 60s. So very happy to see the wide age range. We had our youngest athlete was Lucy Budinova. You would have seen her in Heat 5, and she is 18, but she has been competing since the age of 16. So get them started early, parents with teenage children.
7, 8, 9, 10.
So you saw some beautiful starts again. So the athletes need to make sure that they touch the wall at the start and their airways submerge 1.5 meters from the wall. So that is why you would have these yellow tapes along this in the start area on the lines extended across the pool, because the athletes need to submerge their airways within that area, within that distance. So really rooting for, well, you know that I'm rooting for everyone all the time, no lie. And you can see the athletes turning. So I remember talking about the dimensions of the pool with one of the athletes in one of the previous days. So for the fins disciplines, so Monday's dynamic bifins and today's dynamic with a monofin usually. Disciplines, I think athletes prefer a 50-meter pool because, as you can see, we have seen some graceful turns and some somewhat slower turns, but I think the general consensus is that the turn kind of breaks up your groove in this case and kind of breaks your momentum. And we have, is that Catalin? Yes, in lane C, that is Catalin from Romania. Seagrass restoration guy. He has surfaced just before I believe he surfaced just before the 100-meter mark, so at about 90 meters. Very clean surface protocol by the looks of it. And his neighbors in lane A, Gloria Stetsenko and B, Victoria Stanulonite, are still swimming, and they have turned at the 100-meter wall, heading to the 150-meter wall. I can see lane F, activity in lane F. So Klaus Kasten has turned at the 150-meter wall. Again, he looks like his strategy for today is to be fast. And we have Victoria surfacing not far from the 150-meter wall, but not quite reaching it. So we're approximating with our local measurement here about 135 meters. Again, you will see the official results hopefully after this heat. So these are more or less estimates. I'm loving a surface protocol with a big, big smile. Trying to see, that is in lane E, so that would be Diana. You saw Diana Boesan from Romania perform beautiful surface protocol, adding in a smile, so you know that the athlete is really okay, like they say.
National record. Yeah.
And that is a national record. National record for Romania. I just heard the judge say national record for Romania in a dynamic with a monofin by Diana Boesan. So people watching from Romania, make some noise. It's a great day for the parish. Klaus Kasten surfacing. He is looking a bit pale. Keep breathing. Come on, Klaus. Come on. Keep it together. Keep it together. You can see him struggling. Oh, God. Come on. Come on. You're okay. Relax. Okay. That was a dramatic exit if I've ever seen one. And you could see, I believe it was possibly Heike shouting at him in German to breathe, to keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. And the judges are kind of deliberating. How far did his chin dip into the water while he was struggling to hold himself up on the line? A red card for Klaus Kasten, I think, because his airways dipped. I mean, an absolutely spectacular performance nevertheless, but wow, was it a battle and a half.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, very good job. A little press. Good job. Good job.
And you can see that's always a nice moment to high five with the safeties.
Yeah.
He's smiling now, but yeah, that was a tough swim even for a seasoned athlete like him. So we can see that currently 258 meters, an absolutely incredible distance from Closcasten, but unfortunately he didn't quite manage to keep himself out of the water. I believe this is the reason that he would have got a red card, because I did see the judge and the judge assistant kind of putting their fingers in front of their mouth and thinking, okay, well, how far did his chin dip? How far did his airways dip? I am very, very sorry for Klaus, but also absolutely thrilled for Diana Buasan. 161 meters, dynamic with fins. And that is a national record for Romania for the women in dynamic with monofin. Now you're going to hear an interview with Mantas Zemleckas, a Lithuanian athlete. So Algimantas is talking to him now.
Mantas Zemleckas su pirmomis varžybomis su monoplaukmeniu ir man tai puikus rezultatas 178. 178 metrai. Sveikinam tave, puikus rezultatas pirmom varžybom. Kaip tu jautiesi?
Ką, dabar dar sunku biškai atsigauti kažkaip. Gerai, iš tikrųjų, gerai. Šiaip labai džiaugiuosi. Pagerinau savo rezultatą geriausiai net 7-8 metrais per šitą plaukimą. Tai sakė, teisėjai biškai buvo išsigandę, nes pažiūrėjo, kad PB 100 ir aš jau po apsisukimo, kai tam plaukiau toliau, tai jie taip prižiūrėjo, bet viskas gerai atrodo, kad yra dar, kad ne riba, kad dar, žodžiu, yra kur aukti. Faina.
Kokie jausmai buvo paskutiniais metrais? Ar labai išgąsdino nauji potyriai?
Nu jo, tai buvo labai nepažinta teritorija, tas visada baisu yra, bet kažkaip stengiausi labai, kad viskas yra gerai, kad tu dar, kad viską gali, stengiausi labai save nuraminti iš tikrųjų ir būti čia ir dabar, kaip tik, man atrodo, kad tas padėjo iš tikrųjų.
Tikrai taip, ta ramybė tau padėjo, labai sveikinam tave su puikiu rezultatu.
Ačiū Lietuva. Freediving.
So you heard Algimantas there talking to Mantas Zemleckas, who has added, apparently, he has added 78 meters to his previous personal best. So he had a great result at 178 meters, but he did feel that surfacing was tough and he had to have a little battle for the surface protocol. But he's feeling incredible and feels like there is more in the tank. So he is very, very keen to explore this, as he said, this new unknown territory. Even though he had to employ some positive self-talk during the swim to calm himself down and keep himself in a relaxed state of flow. So massive congratulations to Mantas Zemleckas again. I am so thrilled for the Lithuanian team. Success after success after success. You are all brilliant and we are really enjoying your lovely city. So we have the last heat before we take a little break. We have Gabi Hedai from China in lane A, Hanna Palyakova, and who is an individual neutral athlete. I can see that people are rooting for you, Hanna. And Miro Suompere from Finland. We have Chilinje from Sweden. We have another individual neutral athlete, Tatiana Melnichuk, and Berenika Goralczyk from Poland. So very excited to see what results we get in this heat, and I hope it'll be white cards and smiles again. So just having a quick look at the YouTube chat. Your friends say congratulations to Evelina and Ivan for the Lithuanian national records. Like I said, fantastic to see. Incredibly thrilled for the local team and so happy for Lithuanian freediving history being written in front of our eyes. Come on, Hanna. Your friends are all rooting for you. Hanna Palyakova, individual neutral athlete in lane B. She is coming up to the turn at 50 meters. Sorry, no, 100 meters. Because that's this end. My mathematics fail me on day 4 of the World Championships, but they fail me often, so that's not an exception. And meanwhile, Gabi in lane A from China, He Dai, is heading very fast at a pretty good speed towards the 150-meter wall. I have a lovely view here in the commentator booth. I have big windows overlooking the pool, so I can kind of stand up and watch directly. And I also have the amazing broadcasting team sending me the beautiful images on a monitor, so I can enjoy the view from different vantage points. So Miro Suompere, I spoke to him yesterday from Finland. He is up to 190 meters, closing in on the 200-meter wall. Come on, Miro. In lane C, I can see him turning at the 200-meter wall. Come on, keep going. I can see him slowing down gently. And we have Gabi Dai from China. Come on. Looking at her surface protocol very closely, very fast. You can see her struggling a little bit, but ultimately quite stable on the wall now, quite stable on the line right by the 200-meter wall. So her personal best is 210, but she came up at the 200-meter wall. I can see, oh no, in lane D, I believe that's Chilinia being held by the safeties. Whenever the safeties have to touch you and they have to grab you, that is automatically a red card. So I'm very, very sorry for the Swedish team. Again, guys, swings and roundabouts, Sweden. You got gold yesterday, and now, unfortunately, well, you've had a white card. You've had several white cards for Sweden, I think, today. Congratulations, Gabi. Actually, her judge is also called Gabi, which is just hilarious. But yes, so He Dai, incredibly happy, massive, massive applause for the athlete. And oh, you always have to get your picture taken with the judge showing the white card. So I believe was that Miro surfacing? Just trying to see who I am. Yes, I believe that's Miro. And Chilin smiling, but I think she's feeling a little bit disappointed. I think it was her that the safeties had to grab just now. So sadly, that's going to be a red card. But again, guys, it's successes and sometimes learning experiences. We'll put it this way, okay? There's no failure, there's only learning experiences. So this is our final heat, the 10 heat before our break. We are going to be back with you at 11 a.m. And we hope that you will grab some beverages and snacks. And before you go, we're going to show you some highlights. I hope we might be able to show you the results from this heat as well. And also I'm hoping to hear from Algimantas to see if he might be able to speak to one of the athletes. So stand by, don't go anywhere. So you can see the results on the screen. As I mentioned, Chilin Yen needed to be grabbed by the safeties, possibly because her chin dipped. I didn't exactly see what happened. Either way, if the safeties touch you, it's a red card. And Miro Suompere with an amazing 212-meter white card performance for Finland. Super happy for him. And Tatiana with 189 meters, which is also an amazing result for Tatiana. So now we're going to hear from Algimantas, who's going to speak to Miro Suompere about his beautiful performance in this heat.
We are here with Miro Suomberg. After his dive, he mentioned to me that his brain is not working still correctly yet. That's why we're catching athletes right after they dive. So Miro, tell me about your dive. 212 meters. How did it feel? What was it like?
Well, I was glad in the beginning that okay, it's gonna take maybe 3 minutes, then everything is over, and I can finally relax.
Yeah. So you.
I think after I remember thinking at 150 that my legs I cannot get any energy out of them anymore. But I decided that okay, let's just keep going. The legs will work even though they feel like they don't work, but they did. So then I remember the 200 turn and let's keep going a little bit more, and then I got up.
Right, you fooled yourself. You pushed yourself into it, like legs not working, but they're gonna work. It's gonna work, and it worked perfectly, Miro. Congratulations on a great dive.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It's your PB, right?
Yeah, it's my PB. Yeah.
That's a great result.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
So you heard Algimanta speaking to Miro Suomberg, a Finnish athlete who has just performed a personal best, 212 meters, an absolutely beautiful result, and I'm incredibly happy for him. The top 15 for men, you can see in the lead is Sylvain Desaulniers. You can see Klaus Kasten's name at the top, but unfortunately with a red card, that is an invalid performance. So really at the moment in the lead is Sylvain from Canada, Brady Bradshaw from the US, second behind him, and Carlo Gurbin from Sweden. Come on, Carlo. Finally with a red card in this competition, in third place behind Brady Bradshaw. So fantastic. I'm very happy for all the lovely 200 meter plus performances from all the other athletes like Antony Judge, Miro and Jacek Polak as well. You can see the top 15 women. So Jeon Kim, I spoke to her on Monday, a Korean athlete with a fantastic 222 meter performance in the lead. We have Evelina Navašinskaitė, a local athlete, Lithuanian athlete, in the second place, and He Dai from China with a beautiful 200 meter performance that we've just seen in third place. Obviously, you can see Paula Jansson there. Unfortunately, she blacked out, as well as Yeonju Im and Chilin Ye as well. So sadly, the red cards are going to result in a 0-point performance. So the third, so on the screen you see the first, third and fourth place, which are really the first, second and third place. I hope I confused you. So these are the results from the first half of the day. We're going to go on a little break now, and our next official top is going to be at 11 o'clock, so in half an hour. Stay tuned for that, and please enjoy some highlights from our amazing broadcasting team of the first half of the day. I will see you at 11 o'clock. Welcome back to the second half of the fourth day. Sorry, I almost said third day. Fourth day of the 32nd AIDA Freediving World Championships here in Kaunas, Lithuania. Here are the results from the first half of the day. This is the dynamic with a monofin, or as some athletes are using bifins. Also, that is allowed. So the results currently, Sylvain Desaulniers from Canada is taking the lead with a gold medal, possibility of a gold medal currently. Brady Bradshaw with a continental record for North America, 233 meters for the USA, and Carlo Gurbin with a wild card for Sweden in the third place at the moment. Again, this can change. Top 15 for women, we have Jeon Kim taking the lead from Korea with a fantastic dive with 222 meters. In the second place, we have Lithuanian athlete Evelina Navašinskaitė. Super happy that Lithuanians are, she is currently second place now. Again, we have some incredibly strong athletes competing in the second half of the day. So let's see what happens. And He Dai from China is in third place. So in this second half of the day, our first official top is going to be at 11 o'clock, where we only have 4 athletes for this heat. We have Sayaka Oi from Japan in lane A, Telisa Reykvart from France in lane B, and then in lane E and F we have Won Junli from Korea and Janita Kurkula from Finland. So while we are waiting for the athletes to start, I have in the studio with me, I have Diana from Romania. Hello, Diana, welcome.
Hello, nice to meet you, nice to be here.
Lovely to have you here. Is that a Romanian color manicure? I love it. Look at that. Very nice. I love how athletes sometimes get the manicures and pedicures with their country's colors. It's brilliant. Congratulations. Was that a national record for? Sorry, I just move that microphone. Yeah. So national record for Romania?
Yeah, it's actually my third national record in this competition.
Sorry. Okay. Wow. Third national record in this competition. Wow. So what was the other 2 disciplines?
The other dynamic disciplines. So bifins and no fins.
Okay. Wow. Congratulations. The people in the YouTube chat are very happy. I definitely saw people rooting for you. And that is fantastic. I think I've spoken to Katalin about the Romanian freediving scene a little bit. So how did that dive feel? What was the number in the end for you in this dive?
161.
Wow, that's an awesome distance.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It actually felt it was one of the best dives in this competition. I felt relaxed and in my element because I feel water is my home. And whenever I start a dive, it feels like going back to that safe place, like being in a womb. And this dive was exactly like that. It was the feeling I was looking for in this competition, actually.
That is perfect. I guess, obviously now depending on your own goals and your own goals, but basically this is probably one of the important things about freediving, isn't it? A national record is brilliant. You're certainly a part of the sport history within Romania, and but this feeling of having the nice sensations. So is this a personal best for you, or?
Yes, yes it is. All 3 national records were personal bests. I had a really great time in my first World Championship.
Oh my God, I hope we'll see you in other World Championships again, because this is fantastic. So how did you, what were your sensations during the dive?
I was very nervous before the dive. Like, I think it was the most nerves I've had this competition. A lot of tachycardia, but it never goes away before a competition. You just have to let it be. And as soon as the dive started, I felt relaxed. I could feel my heart rate going down. My turns were a little bit clunky, I can say, because My monofin is pretty new. I just got it. Until recently, I didn't have much equipment. I used to compete with borrowed equipment. And now I have my own monofin, and I can train with it for maybe about a month. So my turns are still a bit not as technical, especially because I'm very worried of scratching it. So I'd rather turn less good, but protect the monofin.
You need to make sure you're touching the wall, though. So
I touch with my hand.
Ah, perfect. Okay, so that's the main thing, and then
Yeah.
you can try and protect the monofin and make sure that it doesn't touch the wall. Okay, there
It's
you
my
go.
baby.
Yes, no, absolutely. I know that a lot of these monofins that athletes are competing with at the moment as well actually are pretty expensive. It's pretty expensive pieces of equipment. So it's only yourself and Catalin from Romania? There's no other Romanian athlete?
My boyfriend is here to support me, but he's not competing.
That's very nice.
But he's a huge support. He's been my rock.
No, that's amazing. I think I've mentioned several times during the World Championship in the last 3 or 4 days that it's so much of a mental game. So if you have somebody near to you who knows you and knows what makes you nervous, knows what makes you calm, it can make so much of the difference. So shout out to the supportive partners who are here with the athletes. But that's amazing. Diana, wow, 3 national records for Romania. Unbelievable. Did you expect that?
I was planning on it.
Okay.
But you never know how the dive will go, how you feel, and the most important thing is the white card always. So I wouldn't push and risk the national record or the white card. I would rather be safe and have a pleasant dive, be happy and enjoy these moments that I'm living here, because it is incredible taking part in a World Championship.
Absolutely.
It's the first time in 12 years when Romania competed in a World Championship,
There you go. Wow. So it's amazing to have both of you here representing Romania in the World Championship in the first time in 12 years in a freediving World Championship. Diana, thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you for your patience while you waited to be able to speak to me. And congratulations on your fantastic results. And I hope you have a lovely, relaxing day. And please celebrate, because you've no doubt put in an awful lot of work, a vast amount of training, and you have the success to show for it. So I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me and for the lovely company.
Fantastic.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you. Have a great day yourself. So that was Diana Boessan. Diana Boessan from Romania speaking to me in the commentator booth. And she has gained 3 national records for women, Romanian women, in this World Championships in all 3 dynamic disciplines. So bifin, monofin, and dynamic no fins, which you would have seen on Tuesday. So we're seeing the athletes surfacing. A bit of a struggle there, but a clean surface protocol nevertheless. I think we saw Janita Kulkula, we saw her surfacing just at the 200-meter wall, and I can see the judge currently deliberating. So Janita's previous personal best in dynamic is what I have here is 190. So I do believe that that's a white card. Amazing. So white card for Janita Kulkula from Finland. Where's all the Finnish people from the YouTube chat? Hello, make some noise. Because I think that's possibly a competition personal best for her. I spoke to her earlier, and it's lovely to have a nice Finnish team here, nice big Finnish team. And she looks incredibly happy with this result. So these are the results from the previous heat. Janita Kulkula, I mentioned her from Finland with a beautiful, beautiful 200-meter dive. I don't know if that is a national record for Finland. I hope to find out, but certainly a personal best for Janita, and I'm incredibly happy for her. We have Wonjun Lee from Korea with a 180-meter dive, and Sayaka Oi with 142. Talisa Rekavart from France with 104 meters, still a white card, and nothing to be ashamed of. So yes, thank you so much. I can now see the Finnish people rooting for Janita in the YouTube chat. So great to see you all there cheering on your favorite athletes. In the next heat, again, we only have 4 athletes. So we have Evelina Bondar from Ukraine in lane A. We have Diana Ninko from Colombia. Colombian/Hungarian athlete. She is Colombian. She's broken 2 Colombian national records so far. So she did the bifins and the no fins Colombian national records on Monday and Tuesday. Unfortunately, yesterday static didn't quite go her way because she had received a red card. But I have my hopes up for her. She is, I believe she's doing the today in bifins. Which is allowed. I wouldn't exactly describe it as a disadvantage. I guess it depends on the athlete. Obviously, a monofin, if your monofin is good and your technique is right, then you're going to be a more powerful kicks, but still with a good technique and good bifins. I think I'm hoping that maybe Diana can get a nice result in this heat as well. In lane E, we have Sandra Brum from Portugal, well, the Azores. Where are all the people from the Azores in the YouTube chat? Please make some noise. I spoke to Sandra yesterday. She told me about the fantastic, fantastic diving in the Azores. One day, I'm going to go and visit, and I'm going to hit up all of my friends in the Azores for a coffee or a beer or possibly some diving, but not all at the same time. And then finally in lane F we have Yingri Han from China with her personal best is 186 meters according to my notes. So I am hoping that she will be able to reach that again.
1 minute 30 seconds.
Yingri lives in Shanghai in China, and she is a freediving instructor over there. So if you ever want to learn freediving in China, you know who to go to. I mean, I'm sure there's many other freediving instructors as well. And she is also doing a bit of skiing on the side when she's not freediving. So previously that 186 meter result I mentioned was in the Jeju World Championship in I believe, yes, that was the Jeju World Championship, the 30th AIDA World Championship with 186 meters in the dynamic with a monofin discipline. Hello, Portuguese people. Thank you so much for making the noise as requested. Brilliant. Come on, Sandra. Your friends are rooting for you all the way from Portugal and the Azores. They are. They have some predictions for your results, and I hope you get them. But always remember to have nice sensations first and foremost. And I hope that this heat results in big smiles and white cards again. So here we are at top time. You can see Diana doing just a few packs and starting. So the start looked okay, and we have Evelina and Evelina Bondar and Diana Ninko side by side in lane A and B respectively. They are both using bifins and have a relatively similar speed by the looks of it, and I can see that Sandra is almost at the 50-meter wall, I'd imagine, with I can see her there with a monofin. The beautiful movements, and it's As Diana Boasan from Romania mentioned to me earlier, it's a learning experience to get a nice turn with a monofin simply because it's just so huge. So it's incredibly powerful mid-water in the middle of the lane when you're doing distance, but then to turn is, I believe it's an art and a science. Personally, I haven't managed to master that yet. So massive, massive respect to all of the athletes who are managing to make it look efficient and graceful. And you can really see what we were talking about earlier in the morning, this kind of whole body work, the whole body undulation here with the, I believe that is, we're seeing Yingri Han's lovely technique with kind of a movement starting from the sternum with very straight legs and just kind of using your entire torso and core muscles to basically move that monofin. So we have Diana Ninko turning at the 100-meter wall. Come on, Diana. Her previous personal best in this discipline, I believe she was doing that with bipins as well, is 114 meters. If she can come up with a white card, then that will already be a personal best. Okay, I'm trying to see. Somebody is at the 150-meter wall. That is Sandra Brum from the Azores. And she's looking super fresh and not a hint of a tremble. And she's just relaxing on the line now, waiting for the judge's verdict. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a white card. And the judge is finally...
White card.
And it's a white card for Sandra.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Hello, national record for Portugal. Make some noise. Amazing. Diana is up. She's looking fresh. So looking is breathing. Yevgenia. Oh no, sorry, that's Yingri Han. Looking a little bit pale, just throwing that nose clip into the water. Doesn't matter. As long as it's off your face, it doesn't matter. And the only person still going is Yevgenia Bondar in lane A. And she is up. Come on, Ukraine. Beautiful performance. I believe that is also a... looks like it could have been a personal best for Yevgenia. Let me see if I can find it in my notes. Okay, so Yevgenia previously did 175 meters in this discipline. Although in my other notes I have 188 for her. But people seemed very, very happy with her performance. Oh yeah, she seems super happy, just having a chat with the judges and taking the mandatory picture with the judge and the white card, just even before the athlete exits the water. Looking like a lot of happy smiles and nice performances. I'm super happy for all the successes. So the YouTube chat is telling me that we have a national record for Sandra for Portugal. Incredibly happy for the Portuguese people in the chat, and of course for Sandra for a fantastic performance. It's great to see the successes of the athletes, and we're having one national record after the other broken, which is just brilliant. I'm going to see if I can find the results. Not for this heat just yet. Our next heat is in about 3 minutes time. And meanwhile in the studio I have Christophe with me, who would like to talk to you about his charity work called Apnée Solidaire. Hi Christophe, hello.
Yes, thanks to welcome me to this championship. So Apnée Solidaire is an association which is born 6 years ago, which is partnership of AIDA France, because I belong to the French team, and which has 4 main aims about medical research for rare diseases. So we try to make promotion to the general public about which are the problems about rare diseases, which are the solution in organ donation also, and we invite the major population would we like to help to have a position towards his loved family, to say which what are their position in case of tragedy, and we make also promotion for research about medical research about rare diseases. And finally, the fourth point is to speak about the disabilities in connection linked with rare diseases, to make public health much more inclusive for this problem of disabilities. So we look for ambassadors. Of course, in France, we have already, and 2 of them are in this championship, as Marion Julian and Alexandre Boscari. We are looking for also some ambassadors from all over the world, from Europe, of course, but also from the world, to concourse, to help us, thanks to main projects, 2 projects. First is the 29th of February, which is the International Day for Rare Diseases, and the most rare day every year, so 29.
Every 4 years.
Yeah. So either it's 28th of February and the 17th of October, which is proclaimed as International Day for Organ Donation. So ambassador is purpose is very simple, either to make some photographies himself or in the club or structure, professional or not professional structure, for 1 or 2 days, 29 and 17 of October, to send these photographies and to help us, so to make development of our communication about these 2 projects, to try to have less population in this situation of rare diseases, and to provide research for medical treatment, innovant.
And this is an organization that is exclusively kind of free divers supporting the research and the the research and the policies, etc. for rare diseases, right?
Not only, of
free
course.
divers.
Yeah, it's apnée solidaire, breath hold for rare diseases, but all sportifs who would like to be included in the association is welcome, of course. Of course, we are all concerned as apneists, because it's my passion and my sport, but all sports can join us on www.apneesolidaire.org, Facebook Apnée Solidaire. The contact us, they join us, we will give them all informations.
That is fantastic. I know we spoke about this in a couple of days ago, and I love your passion and this this willingness to help, because if you look at all of these amazing performances, or even the performances that the athletes might feel a little bit more disappointed with, even the blackouts, but your health. Your health is your greatest treasure, and everybody here is, we have top athletes who have been training incredibly hard and are making these fantastic performances thanks to a good state of health. And you don't realize how privileged you are to have your health intact, to be able to be here, even just to be here and doing commentary. The other day I wasn't feeling very well, and I certainly felt that, it affected the commentary. So chronic diseases, I can't even imagine the struggles people suffering with rare diseases might face.
And I'm very proud. Thank you, Esther, and thank you, AIDA International, also to enable Antony Judge to be present in parallel of the performance to the explanation and to offer us the possibility of explanation about our struggle. Thank you so much.
So people watching the YouTube stream, apnée solidaire, so apnée with 2 E's and solid air, AIR. There is a pun in the word of the organization, so solidarity and solid air. So breath holding and breathing, and I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with me, Christophe. Folks in the YouTube stream, please make sure to check out Apnée Solidaire. It's an organization with a very worthy cause and always looking for ambassadors who are freedivers but from other sports as well. Christophe, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the day.
See you. Thank you.
Meanwhile, we have heat number 12 starting. We have Kate Goodwin from the UK. We have Arturs Kurmatovs, and I believe that is that am I looking at the right details? Yes, possibly. So Arturs Kurmatovs from Latvia, Sinikka Mäkinen from Finland, Daniel Jacquin from France. I'm hearing a lot of shouting. Where am I hearing the shouting from? I'm hearing shouting from lane F. Olavi Pannanen from Finland. I spoke to Olavi earlier, and there was a good bit of shouting, but it looks like he's the safeties with their hands up around him, and just kind of he's sitting solid on the line. So fingers crossed that will result in a white card for him, and that is a white card for. That's lane E, Maria Sitti from Cyprus. And making some noise for Olavi Pannanen from Finland. I almost said the only Finnish, well, one of the very few Finnish words I said. I know, I won't say it on the stream because keeping it professional, etc., etc. With me in the studio is current North American continental record holder.
Okay, Sylvain did 42 before
me. Sylvain,
right
sorry. Right after you.
Immediately before me, actually. So I never got a continental record today.
No, I'm so sorry. Sorry, my mistake. So
everyone made the mistake. Yeah.
Okay. So Brady Bradshaw from the US is with me in the studio.
Hello.
Fantastic performance, nevertheless.
Thank you.
And I'm super happy for you. How do you, now that you've finished all your performances for the World Championships, how do you feel about it overall?
Oh my gosh, the waters, it feels amazing. My last dive was the best dive. It felt super relaxing. I convinced myself to fall asleep and, to just feel like I'm sleeping. So I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, it's a good atmosphere.
And we had people asking about questions about the sport of freediving in general, and here's one of your answers. So falling asleep while actually swimming is one strategy to enable your relaxation.
Not really falling asleep, but telling myself in my mind, go to sleep, go to sleep. My eyes are closed most of the dive. I'm just looking every now and then to make sure that I'm not going into another lane. And just trying to stay relaxed and allow the discomfort to kind of move through the body if it does. Yeah.
Yes, so relaxation and easing into the discomfort is the name of the game.
Like Bruce Lee would say, be the water.
Ooh, yes. Another nugget of wisdom. We've had so many nuggets of wisdom up here. I need to start making notes. Can you give me a few more seconds, please? That is brilliant, Brady. So what are your hopes? So there's a few more, I think there's a few more US-based athletes coming up. Actually, in the next heat, you have Eric Sintra, and then at 11:40 you have Natsuko Saito, and of course Natalie Bruce. Natalie Bruce as well in the next heat. So in the next heat, we have 2 US-based athletes. What are your hopes for them?
I'm really excited to see. I have no idea what Eric is capable of. We've been kind of he's been right on my tail for a lot of these dives, and so I'm excited to see what he does for this dynamic. Yeah.
I'm really curious to see it as well. And yeah, let's hope for the best for Eric and, of course, all the other US athletes. Brady, thank you so much for joining me. I think we're going to cut now to Algimantas doing an interview with an athlete from the previous heat. Thank you so much, Brady, and congratulations.
We're here with Sandra, with all of the flags from Azores and Portugal. Congratulations on it was a national record, right?
It was a national record. I'm so happy.
Was it something that you were aiming for in dynamic?
Yeah, it was a goal of mine to be a national record. And I did it, so I couldn't be happier. So this whole experience is amazing, being the World Championship. I start freediving in 2023, so I'm a beginner. And so I'm super happy, yeah.
Well, 2023, and
it was 1 year and a half.
1.5 years, and you're already doing national records. Congratulations, Sandra. I asked this to all of the athletes. Were you just out of the water? What was the feeling in the last meters? What was the feeling? What was going through your head?
Through my head, as soon as I passed the 126, I was okay. Whenever you want, you can go out, but I still was feeling fine, and I say, okay, I'm gonna touch that wall. I want to touch that wall.
You wanted to touch it, and you did.
But I wanted to be conservative, so I didn't get like a samba or a red card. So I did. Touch the wall for me is enough. It was good feelings.
Well, you really, your smile tells everybody, sends to everybody, I think, really good feelings. Congratulations on the national record. Congratulations on a good day.
Beijinhos para casa, para Portugal. Beijinhos a todos.
So you heard Algimantas speaking to Sandra Broom from the Azores, who is incredibly happy with her performance. And before that, you heard Brady Bradshaw speaking to me here in the commentator booth. And now we are up to our next heat in a bit over 1 minute. We have Adam Drzaska from the UK. We have Eric Sintra from the US. Brady mentioned that he's looking forward to seeing what Eric is capable of in this heat, so keep your eyes peeled in lane B to see Eric Sintra. We have Šarūnas Jurcius from Lithuania. There he is focusing before his start. We have Madoka Okuyama from Japan in lane D, and in lane E we also have Japanese athlete Shoko Kobayashi and another US athlete in this heat, Natalie Bruce, in lane F. So you can see Natalie Bruce just focusing, starting to take her a last big breath. And actually I was just checking the rankings as they currently stand, and we have 2 North American athletes in the lead for the men. So Sylvain Desaulniers in first place at the moment with 242 meters, and Brady Bradshaw, who I just spoke to, with 233 meters. Still a seriously impressive performance. I'm very, very happy for him for that magnificent dive. So the athletes are off. And you can see at the moment that's Natalie in lane F in the wetsuit with the silver-colored arms and the black and white monofin, just kind of closing in on the 50-meter wall. Again, really, it's the monofin discipline that you know, if I had to choose a discipline that is the most visually appealing, I would probably say it's the monofin. It's the gracefulness of the of the the movement of the entire body of the athlete as they propel themselves forward, and it looks so gentle. It looks like they are just doing a tiny movement, and yet it is so powerful, and you can see how fast they are going. Meanwhile, Erik Sintra is turning at the 100-meter wall. I mentioned something about fast. Here we are. And I can also see Adam from the UK in lane A just turning at the 100-meter wall as well. In lane E, I believe Shoko Kobayashi from Japan has turned at the 100-meter wall. And in lane C, we have Šarūnas from Lithuania using the bifins. Like I mentioned, we have had a few athletes who've used bifins instead of the monofin. This is absolutely allowed. It's also interesting for me to see the depth at which athletes are swimming. Here is someone surfacing. Is that lane E, one of the Japanese athletes? I'm just having a look. Yeah, that is Madoka Okuyama in lane... Sorry, it wasn't lane E, it was lane D. I can hear somebody coaching her now. Erik Sintra, why does he look disappointed? Aww. It looks like it's 175 meters. This is, again, the unofficial result, and it's the local estimate. For Erik, doesn't look too happy about that. I'm so sorry, because his personal best, I have it down as 200 meters, so we know that he can do an awful lot more. But sometimes, Adam, a bit of a shaky exit. Nose clip, come on, Adam. Nose clip. Somewhat of a shaky exit, holding onto the wall while trying to remove his facial equipment. I think he managed it just about in time. And here we have Natalie Bruce exiting as well. That was a very clean, very fast surface protocol from Natalie Bruce, and she's very stable on the line. There's no hint of trembling, and there's no hint of, her airways or her chin possibly dipping. So looking great for Natalie. And 230 meters, and wide card for Adam Djazga. Super happy for him. I spoke to him, I think, on Tuesday. But like I mentioned, days blurring into one. I don't really know what day it is anymore.
And continental record?
Wait.
You really want a white card? Okay.
You really want a white card? Okay, I'll give you a white card, said the judge to Natalie Bruce. National record for the USA, if I heard correctly, and continental record for North America for women's with the dynamic monofin discipline. 230 meters. The mind absolutely boggles. An absolutely amazing performance from Natalie Bruce. Wow. Well done, Natalie. Incredibly powerful swim is what we've just witnessed, and a very, very strong and very clean exit, which means that she probably had more in the tank, and it was a very much a conscious okay, my tongue is getting tied. Very much a conscious decision to exit when she did and get that nice, clean, easy white card. Well, easy for her. massive congratulations to Natalie Bruce with an amazing 231-meter dive for the USA, which is a national record for the US and also a continental record for North America for women in dynamic with a monofin. So Natalie lives in Tenerife in the Canary Islands, which is an awesome place to freedive. I know because I've been there several times. And she is a yoga instructor, massage therapist, and she's only just started competing in pool because she's normally a depth freediver. So let's hear from Natalie. Algimantas is going to speak to her now.
We just saw Natalie in the water, and we have her here just right after her dive, 231 meters with a monofin. Natalie, that was an amazing dive. How did you feel? How are you feeling afterwards?
I'm kind of in shock. I can't believe I did that. It was a big jump to my PB, like 20 meters, 25 meters. So
you did your PB. That's your PB. That you've never done this before. So you did it in a competition.
yeah.
Amazing results, Natalie. I always ask people, what did you felt in the last meters? What was the feeling? What was going through your head?
When I turned the wall, I just smiled to myself to relax myself. And
you physically you smiled too.
I physically smiled to myself, and then when I saw the 25-meter line, I was like, okay, I've never been here, so I'm gonna come up, and then I felt okay. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe.
Right. So you got a bit scared because of the new territory. Yes. Maybe you could have even pushed even harder.
Yeah, for sure.
Next competition, I bet it's going to be even a bigger record. Congratulations on your continental record. Natalie, that's amazing. Congrats.
So that was Natalie Bruce, brand new North American continental record holder and US national record holder in dynamic with a monofin, speaking to Algimantas. Wow. She literally only started competing in pool last year, and she broke CMAS national records. But this is her first AIDA Indoor Championships, and wow, what a success. Incredibly happy for Natalie Bruce. What a day. What a day. In the next heat, we have Leander Modersohn from Germany in lane A, Florine Martin from France. I spoke to her one of the previous days. And lane C, we have Ilona Bardiseva from Latvia, Natsuko Saito, another US athlete in lane D, Christophe Bruel from France, and Mikko Niemelainen from Finland in lane F.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
and the athletes
10.
are away. Definitely everybody started before the 10-meter mark. We have Florine from France doing the bifins, and we can see in lane A Leander Modersohn from Germany with a monofin. In lane F, that is Mikko Niemelainen. Nice even kicks with the monofin and a good speed, even though it's fantastic because you can barely see their body moving. A beautiful turn on the far end of the pool from this vantage point from Leander Modersohn. Really very graceful. And is that an athlete after surfacing at 50 meters? Oh no, sorry, that's somebody in the warm-up lanes. My apologies. I just saw somebody coming up to the surface, but it's just an athlete warming up. So I think all of our actively competing athletes are still under the water. So Mikko Niemelainen, you can see some very nice, strong, powerful, but gentle kicks. And Leander Modersohn, really very nice technique. Really enjoying watching the monofin because truly it's again it's very technical. I think I mentioned this on the Dynamic No Fins Day that when you have a nice fins or nice piece of equipment, it can often hide your technical mistakes, but you can't hide your technical unpreparedness or the fact that your technique needs work in no fins. And I think it's actually quite similar in the monofin as well, because you can really see that despite people having beautiful big fins, if you don't have the right technique, you're not going to get the right speed and distance. So yet again, Mikko Niemelainen turning at the 150-meter wall and heading back towards the 200-meter wall. That's Florine Martin from France, looking very fresh, very clear service protocol. Come on, Leander. Okay, there is definitely a small bit of a battle, but you can see, I believe that's Klaus Kasten shouting at him in German to make sure that he gets his service protocol right. Come on, Mikko, come on. Oh. I'm okay. And a very loud sing-song, I'm okay. Meanwhile, I am seeing the athlete in lane D being held by the safeties, possibly. Is that Evelina Navašinskaitė? Come on. Christophe. Come on. Goggles. Okay. Oh my God, Natsuko Saito from the US being held by the safeties, gently taking the neck weight off. And that is a white card for Mikko Niemelainen. What a battle. That was a battle and a half for him to perform the surface protocol. It was certainly on the edge, and it's a white card for, I believe, Christophe Puel as well from France. Poor Natsuko, very sad for her, but you know, if the safeties have to touch you, you know that you're getting a red card. Well, you know when you regain consciousness. Like we mentioned earlier, I spoke to Philippe, who is the coach of the French team, and you can see the French teammate going over to Christophe and gently taking off his neck weight to help him out of the pool. I think it's fantastic to have a whole team, and it's great to have you coach each other. Yet again, so we can see the results from the previous heat. A magnificent dive from Mikko Niemelainen from the Finnish team with 200 meters. Ilona Bardysheva from Latvia. Latvia, am I saying that right? Yes, that's correct. Latvia, 167 meters, and the exact same distance for Christophe Puel from France. Unfortunately, Natsuko Saito, she had to be held by the safeties, red card. Leander Modersohn, white card, as well as Mikko Niemelainen. Oh yeah, sorry, I've already said him. Who did I not say? Florian Martin as well, white card. In the next heat, we have athletes from Germany, the UK, Slovakia. We have 2 Korean athletes and 1 Latvian athlete. So Heike Schwertner, our world record breaking queen from yesterday, is competing in lane A. In the monofin, I am not sure what her plan is for today, but I hope that she enjoys her dive and has a lovely white card with a smile, because honestly, what more could you possibly hope to achieve than a world record that has not been broken in 11 years? So Heike Schwertner on lane A, we have Valentin Sadan from the UK in lane B, Matej Marling from Slovakia in lane C. You can see Jisun Lee from Korea in lane D, and in lane E you have Gaia Kim, also from Korea, and Antons Riabuha from Latvia in lane F. Here you can see Heike focusing before her dive. In the commentator booth with me now, I have, adjusting your microphone, I'm so sorry. I have Maria City from Cyprus. Hi Maria,
Hello.
welcome. Hello. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very happy.
Okay, what was your result in the end?
I did 163 today.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
And it was a white card and you're happy?
It was a white card. I was really happy about it. I had a failed attempt on Monday, so I really wanted this white card today.
Absolutely, and you got your World Championships white card. That's fantastic.
That's great.
So I was going to ask if there's anyone else here from Cyprus. I know that there's no other athletes from Cyprus.
No.
But our head of jury is from Cyprus, Savas.
Yes, he's also a friend, and he's a coach, and we're training in the sea summertime with Savas. So yeah.
It's fantastic. Do you? What is the freediving scene like in Cyprus? Obviously, I got to experience your lovely waters just outside of Larnaca myself.
You've been last year?
No, 2020. Just before the certain thing happened in March. I'm not going to mention what it is, but we all know what it is. But I just got back to Ireland after my trip to Cyprus, and I was able to dive the Zenobia, which I would highly recommend.
Amazing dive site. Amazing dive site.
I came up from my dive at the time, and my instructor Pavlos had to tow me back to the boat because I was too tired. I think there was a bit of a current, but being able to go down and seeing this vast ship underneath you is fantastic.
It's amazing.
Are you based in Limassol? Yes.
I'm based in Nicosia, in the capital.
Ah, okay. Is there any diving?
No, it's in the center of the island, but anyways, it's just like a 30-minute drive, or 1 hour if you want to go to Limassol, like 35 minutes if you want to go to Larnaca. Nice, warm water, no current, usually there's no current. So ideal diving conditions.
Fantastic. That's so cool. And you do pool training in Cyprus as well?
Yeah, I'm trying, although it's not easy.
Okay, why?
Well, at the moment, the pools are very few and they're very busy with teams. So training free diving, it's not something you get to do easily in the island. Maybe that's the reason I'm the only one here today, although there are a couple of other athletes in Cyprus, but yeah.
That's brilliant. And do you have clubs, or how are freedivers organized, or is it kind of loosely knit friend groups?
In the sea, you mean?
Or in general in Cyprus, yeah, so in the sea.
Well, I can only answer that for the sea. So they organize groups according to the weather. If the boat goes out, small groups of 4 or 5 people, and different slots, like 8 o'clock dive, 10 o'clock dives. And that's how people train in the sea. but in the pool it's something you do individually. You just find the pool. Oh, something.
Sorry, yeah, I'm looking at, I think that's Gaia Kim in lane E, just after surfacing after 130 meters. Some very loud coaching, but looks like it was successful.
It was all good, yeah.
Heike has surfaced at 150 meters. And it looked like a very clean and easy surface protocol from this distance anyway. And maybe she just wanted to have a nice dive and not really push any hard performance. Mate Meiling, keep yourself up on the line. Come on. That's easy for Heike. I think her personal best is 2:23. So a 150-meter dive is just for the fun, to enjoy the water. And we have lane B with Valentin Sadan. That's fantastic. Have you done many pool competitions before yourself?
Yes, but small ones. So this World Championship experience is all new to me. And it got me a bit stressed, like overly stressed on one day.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
But overall, it was a great experience. Great experience. I'm happy, really happy to be here.
I think you're not the only one who had competition nerves on Monday, because I think there was an element of unknown for a lot of athletes who are here, who are doing their first ever World Championships. So
and it's a huge event. I mean,
you feel pressure on yourself. You feel the world's eyes. I mean, obviously we have this fantastic camera work and broadcasting going on. So truly, the eyes of the world are on the athletes here. But we are almost at the end of the whole World Championship, actually, and I'm a bit sad.
Well, 1 year to the next one.
Next year, possibly. Absolutely. Maria, thank you so much for talking to me. It's been lovely to hear about the Cyprus freediving community. I hope to be back soon. I don't know how soon. Probably not until next year. And even then, I don't know. But fantastic to hear that there's a good community in Cyprus. And yeah, have a lovely rest of the day, and
thank you so much.
To celebrate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao. Bye, bye.
So that was Maria City from Cyprus speaking to me here in the commentator booth. Meanwhile, in this heat, we saw some dramatic exits from Mate Meiling. I think he was certainly struggling a little bit with hypoxia, but in the end it looked to me from this vantage point that he succeeded in performing the surface protocol quite nicely, and right beside him surfacing in lane B was Valentin Sadan from the UK. Heike Schwertner, our world record holder as of yesterday in static, she just seems like she just wanted a fun dive. I'll have to see if I can chat to her later. But again, 150 meters is kind of a walk in the park for her, with her previous competition personal best of 223 meters. But I can completely understand if she didn't really feel like pushing anything, or didn't really feel like doing a tough dive after what we saw from her yesterday. So here are the results. Valentin Sadan and Mate Meiling head to head, and Anton Striabuha as well, actually, head to head with some fantastic 200-meter dives. And Jison Lee and Gaia Kim, both Korean athletes, 160 meters each, and Heike Schwertner, as we mentioned, 150 meters. All white cards, clean surface protocols, and nice smiles. So I'm very, very happy for them now. Next up, we're going to see Marion Nulien, before we see the people in the next heat, we can see the top 15 results. So again, in first place currently is Sylvain Desaulniers with a 242 meters, continental record for North America and national record for Canada. Brady Bradshaw, 233 meters for the US, and Carlo Garbin still in third place. Third place for Sweden. As we mentioned, the red cards unfortunately do not get points, which is why I didn't mention Klaus Kasten, who is at the top of this list, but however will not feature in the top 15 unless his ruling gets overturned if he decides to protest. A top 15 for women, and Natalie Bruce with a magnificent 231-meter dive for the US. Jeon Kim with 222 for Korea, and Evelina Navašinskaitė still in third place with 207 meters for Lithuania. And I'm really curious because it's the big announcements and the big long dives towards the end of the day that will really determine what the podium actually looks like. Speaking of long dives, we have Marion Noulien from France in lane A. So as we heard from Philippe, who is the French team's coach, the French team have kind of divvied up the disciplines amongst each other, so they don't really have people who actually compete in all of them. This is just to keep the athletes fresh. I'm loving this well executed competition strategy from the French team there. We have Valdemar Karlsson from Sweden. I mentioned he is one of the static warriors that we saw yesterday. He was the guy with the famous double noodle flotation device attached to his head, so we're going to see hopefully a nice monofin dive from him. I don't know what his plan is. He is, I hope that whatever he decides, it's going to be a nice dive with nice sensations and a white card. Hideo Ishii in lane C from Japan. Anshant Gallardo, US athlete in lane D. We spoke to, I'm pretty sure it was Algimantas who spoke to Anshant a couple of days ago. Again, days kind of blur into one. I'm very sorry. And I think I spoke to her over dinner, and she did mention that she's more of a depth-focused athlete, and she is kind of learning an awful lot about pool freediving here and the different mental strategies required for pool freediving. So I'm curious to see what Anshant Gallardo manages to do in her performance. And finally, we have Young Julie and Mimi Kim from Korea in lanes E and F. About 2/3 of the athletes in this heat have personal bests with over 200 meters. Valdemar has a very impressive personal best of 224, but based on the kind of chatting to him over the last few days, I don't know if he is expecting to push his performance that far today. So let's just see what happens. Again, the announcement for him is 126 meters, which should be a walk in the park for him. So either way, if he decides to come up anytime after 126, that should be an easy dive for him and a clear surface protocol and white card. Fingers crossed, I'm really hoping. Hideo, your friends in Japan are rooting for you. The folks from Hawaii are rooting for Anshant Gallardo in the YouTube chat. Much aloha to Anshant Gallardo. Just enjoy the dive and have some nice sensations. So all of our athletes have now turned at the 50-meter wall. It's fantastic to see that you have, it takes them 1 minute to swim 50 meters. Again, it just kind of shows just how very powerful the monofin is. We see Hideo Ishii turning a beautiful turn at the 100-meter mark and then just gathering speed into cruising speed again in the middle of the pool. In lane B and A, we have Marion. In lane A and lane B, we have Valdemar turning at the 100-meter mark. Pretty much side by side, I think. So we're seeing Hideo Ishii. We saw Hideo Ishii in line C just now, turning at the 150-meter wall and making his way back towards the 200-meter mark. Okay, I'm hearing. Okay, so line C, Hideo Ishii surfacing. Come on, breathe, mask, sign. I heard that from up here. It looked like a very nice, clean surface protocol. He's looking fresh at the 180-meter mark, which is for Hideo. It looks like it might be a personal best. Lane E, we have young Julie being coached to her surface protocol. Come on, stay up. I'm seeing a little bit of trembling. Oh. Okay. Oh, and line A, Marion Noulian. Initially, the safety dived down after her. Wondered if he actually needs to lift her. And came up, lifted up his hands, and then somebody told him to grab her, after which they grabbed her from under the water, and she is now resting on the line after coming to. I'm so sorry for Marion. I don't think she competed in any discipline before this one, and unfortunately at the 200-meter mark, which was her previous personal best, it ended with a blackout for her. Feeling very sorry for her. In the commentary studio with me, we have Valentin Sadan from UK.
Yeah, from UK.
Yes. Hello. What was your result and how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Good. Just adjusting your microphone. Very sorry. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I did a 200-meter dynamic. Very excited about my results. That was my target for today.
And that was a personal best for you?
That was a personal best. Yes. It felt really good. The dive felt good. I didn't have too many competition nerves today, so very excited.
Nice. Very good. I'm so happy for you because 200 meters is such a magical number, isn't it?
It is. When I discussed the target with my coach earlier in the season, I thought, well, is that really reasonable? But then, I think a lot of preparation came into it, and on the day I just felt ready, and so it felt good.
Nice. I love it when you feel ready, because I've had athletes talk about competition nerves, talking about how there's a pressure, that there's a big event, and it's great to hear that you are ready. What goes through your head during such a long dive?
The first 50 meters, I think, is just getting into the pace and the sensations, just the finning and the flowing in the water. It feels just generally good, and it's a good time to get in tune with how the body feels in the water. After the 50 turn and into the kind of 75 to 125, I would say, is probably the most challenging time for me. The urge to breathe comes in, and probably the leg starts to feel a bit of tiredness, a bit heavy. So that's really the part of the dive where I have to really push mentally. And then after that, I think everything falls into place. And if the sensations remain the same, I feel like my target is within reach and I can just go for it.
Nice, that's fantastic. And tell me a little bit about the freediving scene in the UK. Where do you live and where do you train? Who do you train with?
So I live in London, and there are quite a few clubs in London in various pools. So my club's at Near Revolution. We have 3 sessions a week in central London. Lovely bunch of people. We really have a lot of fun in the pool and socially outside of the pool as well. It's a real great bunch of people. We challenge each other, we push each other, we just have generally a great time. So I'm really grateful for having such a club in London. That's where I started freediving. I discovered freediving through the club, and here I am today. So it's a great journey so far.
That is fantastic. Were you at Bristol Blue this year?
I was, yes.
Okay,
yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, I was at Bristol Blue.
We might not have met. I was competing there as well.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Flew over from Ireland, yeah,
right,
and so just kind of got to experience firsthand the UK freediving community.
Yeah, it's really lovely. So Bristol Blue, yeah, that was my second competition, the one this year, and yeah, it's great to see so many freedivers from different parts of the UK getting together, for sure.
Absolutely. No, and it seemed like everybody greeted each other as friends, as old friends, and you know, some surprise medals I think in that competition, but still it looked fantastic and great to have such a great community in various points throughout the UK.
For sure, we hope to have probably more competitions in the UK in the future, so that people get together more than once a year.
Yes, fingers crossed. If they do happen, I'm sure some of us from Ireland will be hopping over to compete alongside.
And maybe competition in Ireland would be something exciting too.
Maybe soon. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Cool. Valentin, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your fantastic PB. It's a beautiful, beautiful number, 200 meters. Very, very happy for you. And please do celebrate. If you need tips for a good donut shop, let me know. And I can send you a Google Maps pin, because
sounds good.
This place had the most decadent vegan donuts. Yes, YouTube stream. I'm talking about vegan donuts again. What are you going to do about it? But yeah, please make time to celebrate your achievements, because you've put an awful lot of work and you've got the success to show for it. So I'm super
Sounds
happy.
good. I certainly will. I'll
Great.
see you at the bar.
Thank you so much. I will see you at the bar for sure, for actual alcoholic drinks this time. Thank you, Valentin.
Thank you.
See you around.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
1 minute.
So that was Valentin Sedan from the UK, talking to me about his beautiful 200-meter performance, personal best for him, and also the lovely and welcoming UK freediving scene, which I got to experience firsthand in March this year. So shout out to any of the Bristol Blue participants and organizers who might be watching the live stream today. And in this heat, we have Lorena Prieto Cacabelas from Spain. She is an adoptive UK athlete. She's kind of hanging out with the UK athletes because I believe she lives there. We have Yevhen Stepanchuk from Ukraine in lane B, Marko Radovic from Serbia in lane C, Laurence Gauguin from France in lane D, Zsófia Törőcsik in lane E, and Ibrahim Al-Sulaitni from Oman in lane F. So I spoke to Ibrahim on Tuesday, I believe, about freediving in Oman. He had a very strong performance on the first day, but unfortunately it turned out that due to the surface protocol, that was unfortunately invalidated. Zsófia Törőcsik, the monofin is actually her strongest discipline, so I'm really curious to see. You can see her swimming now in lane E. It's really, really her happy place, and we've seen her already break 2 Hungarian national records on Monday and the Tuesday in bifins and no fins respectively. So I told her that at the minimum I'm expecting another Hungarian national record, which would be her breaking her own national record, I believe. So come on, Zsófi, get that Hungarian national record for us. And I'm wishing Ibrahim a beautiful dive as well. Again, I mentioned this about peaks and troughs, swings and roundabouts, successes and learning opportunities pretty much for every athlete. And that is Yevhen Stepanchuk from Ukraine surfacing at, is it 100 meters? Yevhen Stepanchuk surfacing at 100 meters. Just wasn't feeling it. Unfortunately, that's going to be almost certainly a yellow card because it's under his announced performance of 150 meters. I'm so sorry for Yevhen. But sometimes stuff happens. Lorena has just turned at the 100-meter mark in lane A. We saw her have a nice monofin turn. and we can still see the athletes in lanes A and C moving towards the 150-meter line. Zsófia Törőcsik with a beautiful and very efficient-looking monofin turn, if I do say so myself. There's a little bit of arm stroke happening, and maybe she's feeling the lactic in her legs. Come on, Zsófi, you're a machine. You can do this. She is coming up to the 200-meter wall and certainly speeding up. You can actually see the safeties spinning hard and using arm strokes to keep up with her. Come on, Zsófi. We have Lorena on the surface now. Lorena is... that looks like more than 155 meters to me, to be honest. Actually much... Oh no, sorry, it is 155 meters, apologies. Zsófia Törőcsik with some powerful movements, full body movements. Come on, Marko Radovic from Serbia, very clean. Keep breathing, keep breathing. You can hear Buda Shobat shouting at him in Serbian. Come on. Okay, no, he's looking stable. He's looking stable on the line now. He's recovered nicely. Zsófi in lane E, faster and faster, and surfacing at the 200-meter mark, high on the line. Come on. Goggles. You can see the judge and Diana behind her smiling. Okay. Excuse me, is that 250 meters? Are my eyes failing me? Zsófia Törőcsik, that wasn't a 200-meter wall. That was a 250-meter wall. My apologies. My mathematics are failing me. And it's a white card for Zsófia Törőcsik, 250 meters. Oh, we're going to see her cry again, aren't we? Wow. Okay, I'm going to just very quickly on my phone try to pull up the results so far. I know we've had some strong dives, I believe. So that's lane F. Ibrahim surfacing now. Okay, let me very quickly see. So 250 meters puts Zsófia Törőcsik from Hungary, the absolute beast on the monofin, in the lead ahead of Natalie Bruce's beautiful continental and US national record. And massive, massive applause for Ibrahim Al-Sulaitni from Oman as well. Huge celebration also at the 250-meter wall. And that is a white card. Sorry, that's not the, is that the 250-meter wall? Sorry, I'm getting confused. Well, let's wait for the results before I give you any more numbers and mix myself up. Trying to see. No, I think so. Ibrahim was at the 250-meter wall alongside Zsófi as well. He's getting her picture taken, I think, with the judge while still in the water. So let's check out the highlights. Wow. Seriously? 250 meters? Are you kidding? This morning she was messaging the group chat saying, "Oh, I'm so nervous." And I told her, no nervousness allowed. Now is your time to shine. And that's what she did. So far, these magnificent 250-meter dives have put Zsófia Törőcsik of Hungary in the lead with the women and Ibrahim Al-Sulaitni from Oman in the lead with the men. So previously we had Sylvain Desaulniers. He's now only in second place, only quote-unquote silver, with 242 meters, because Ibrahim, actually, the results as far as I can see on the AIDA website, it is 252 meters for Ibrahim. Absolutely magnificent dive from the Omani freedivers. I don't even actually know. So people watching from Oman and rooting for your athlete, has Oman ever competed in a freediving World Championships? I think we're going to hear from Zsófia Törőcsik. Meanwhile, people in the YouTube chat, you can talk to me about freedivers from Oman.
We are here with Zsófia with the Hungarian national record for monofin. You did it 250-ish, 250 plus, right? I think so.
250 or 251.
Right. So, what was the feeling? How are you feeling after a huge dive like this?
I don't know. I was telling myself, slowing down a little bit. I have to slow down a little bit. But the others, everyone said it was pretty fast. So, but I don't felt like that. For me, it was. I was just. I don't know. I'm amazed.
What were you thinking before the dive? Do you recall? What was the thought process behind when you were preparing for a dive?
I had no. I was afraid. I don't know why. I was afraid from this discipline. This is my favorite. So I don't know. I really don't know why. But I was afraid. I barely could have had breakfast and something like this. But I was just meditating.
Right. Well, congratulations on a great result, and I hope you're gonna win maybe a gold medal. Who knows? Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Thank you, Zsófia. Congratulations.
So you heard Algimanta speaking there to Zsófia Törőcsik. I think that people who don't know Hungarian freedivers are probably quite surprised that the first time Zsófia participates in a World Championships, she's already bringing home, hopefully bringing home the medals today. And not quite sure, definitely bringing home the medals from the DNF day. She got silver on that day and still national record for Hungary on Monday. And a classic Zsófi interview, breathless immediately after an amazing, unbelievable dive. And Ibrahim Al-Sulaitni from Oman, also a fabulous, brilliant dive of 252 meters. I am so happy for him as well. And in this heat, we have, so this is actually our second last heat of the day and also of the entire World Championships. I'm a bit sad that it is ending, but wow, the things we have seen and experienced together. So in lane A, we have Yuriko Ichihara going now. And actually, most athletes turning at the 50-meter wall now. Yuriko Ichihara from Japan in lane A, Valentin Muniz from France in lane B, Evan Walter from the US, lane C, Shinya Oi from Japan in lane D, Alexander Tetervov from Lithuania. Go with the local athletes. Lithuania, you can do this in lane E, and András Soproni from Hungary in lane F. Now, András is Zsófia's coach. And I think on dynamic no fins, despite András's shoulder injury, he saw Zsófi's magnificent performance and said, I am so inspired by my student, i.e. I can't let my student surpass me. And so let's see if he gets inspired by Zsófi's performance this time as well. And will he be able to surpass 250 meters? Well, we'll see. He's also incredibly strong on the monofin. So I have my hopes secretly. Okay, not so secretly, because I'm talking about it on the YouTube stream, but you get what I mean. András is in lane F in the foreground of the image you see now. I think it was on the first day that I spoke to Evan Walter. He's an American guy living in South Africa, also a freediving instructor. So he mentioned that if you ever wanted to go freediving in South Africa, hit up Evan and he can take you. And we also even spoke about this movie called My Octopus Teacher, that from a freediving perspective, it wasn't an amazing movie, because I think all throughout the movie while I was watching it, I thought, take the snorkel out of your mouth. But hey, here we go. Anyway, the athletes are coming up to the 200-meter wall. I can see Yuriko Ichihara turning with the small green neck weight. I can see, is it Evan? It's Evan in lane C. Keep breathing. Come on, Evan. There's a bit of a tremble to him, but he's recovering nicely and he's at the wall, so he gets to grab onto the wall itself. Okay, I can see, I think that's Alexander Tatarov, who's up now. Yuriko Ichihara from Japan. Okay, we're hearing massive, massive applause for Valentonis. He has turned at the, has he turned? 185 meters, and Alexander Tatarov with a magnificent 215 meters dive. Very nice job from Alexander. He's very, very solid, stable on the wall. And Yuriko Ichihara, white card, massive applause. Alexander Tatarov, huge, huge applause, a white card. That is amazing. It seemed Andras Shoproni had 205 meters in him today, which is nothing to be ashamed of, but if I know him, he's maybe feeling a little bit disappointed in himself. But the mark of a great teacher is amazing students and amazing performances by students. So Ibrahim from Oman is still in the lead, and I am so, so happy for local athlete Alexander Tatarov. Look at him smiling. There's a photo with the judges, actually local judges from Lithuania. Just very, very happy after his fantastic 200-meter plus dive. Wow. Again, we are all enjoying the lovely hospitality that Lithuania has to offer, and I am just thrilled for the beautiful, beautiful clean performances we're seeing from the Lithuanian athletes. Boom, one national record. Boom, another national record. Boom, another beautiful white card with a long swim, and that is just fantastic. And I really hope that the World Championships is going to help them significantly grow the sport, and the next time the World Championship comes to Kaunas, because I hope that maybe it will be in Kaunas again in a few years. Fingers crossed, they will have even more athletes and even bigger performances and more national records to break. So happy for them. Alexander's smile is just everything. I'm incredibly, incredibly happy for him because the Lithuanian guys, the local guys, have just put so much work into making this event an extraordinary World Championships, and all I've heard from all of the athletes is that they are so very happy with the organization of the whole event. I think Algimantas is going to speak to Alexander's very soon. So in the meantime, you can see the results on the screen, and let's hear from Alexander's and Algimantas.
Sveikiname su Aleksandru Tetervov, tik ką po jo nerimo, legendinė nerimo, 213 metrų, jeigu aš neklystu. Tai naujas nacionalinis rekordas, tik ką pagerintas Ivano. Sveikinam tave, kaip jautėsi po nerimo?
Po nerimo jaučiuosi geriau. Dar biškį jo atsikvėpuoti reikia, bet jaučiuosi ženkliai geriau.
Kas dėjosi tavo galvoje paskutinius metrus? Na, manau, kad tikrai buvo sudėtinga. Kas dedasi galvoje? Ar galėtum papasakoti?
Nu, galvoje dedasi paprasti dalykai. Reikia išnerti, padaryti viską teisingai ir užbaigti nerimą. Nes pats nerimas jau įvykęs, pavykęs, tik tai reikia užbaigti. Ne visada tai pasisekė gerai, bet šiandien viskas pagal planą.
Ar buvo tas momentas, kai galvoji, jau sudėtinga, reikia pasiduoti?
Nu, tas momentas nuo 100 metrų prasideda. Jo, tai antra distancijos dalis ir yra apie tai pasiduoti ar eiti priekį. Dainam į priekį.
Bet akivaizdu jau, kad tikrai tu keliavai į priekį ir nukeliavai iki pat priekio, iki pat pirmos vietos. Ačiū, Aleksandrai, sveikinam tave.
So you heard Algimantas speaking to Alexandras Tetervov. In case you don't speak Lithuanian like myself, Algimantas congratulated him on a legendary dive. Yes, this is a national record for Lithuania. Like I said, boom, national record for Lithuania. Boom, another national record for Lithuania. So Algimantas congratulated him. You could see that Alexandras was still a little bit breathless, and in the last meters he was thinking about simple things. He was trying to stay in the here and now, thinking about focusing on exiting, focusing on the surface protocol, and he's very happy that today everything went according to plan for him. And even despite after 100 meters he felt like he wanted to give up, but it's really the mental game is where you have to ramp up the positive self-talk in the second 100 meter. We have we're coming up to our final heat with world champion Julia Kozerska in lane A. David Spreitz, another world champion, David Spreitz Ellings from Sweden in lane B. Yasuko Ozeki from Japan in lane C. Michael Sadovitz from Germany in lane D. Rolando Salgado, who I think took gold on Monday in Bifin. So yet another world champion in lane D. Lane E, and Clément Lessafre from France in lane F. So you can see Clément there just breathing, taking his sips and submerging just before the 10-second mark. And they are off. So as you can see, the athletes within some of them within 30 seconds or a bit more than 30 seconds of starting are in the closing up on the 50-meter wall. Like I mentioned, this discipline is fast. In the studio, watching the performances with me is Mikko Niemelainen. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
From Finland. Hi, Mikko. Enjoy your coffee.
Thanks.
Can. What was your result and how do you feel about that?
200.
Yes.
200 meters, and I'm really happy about it.
Very good. Nice.
Because in the training I have done 175, so it was.
So
good
this is a
dive
personal best?
No, my personal best was in Lignano 211 in 221 meters, but.
Okay. Well, but
yes.
Sometimes
it was good still in this season.
Absolutely. No, it's. I think everything over 200 meters is absolutely magnificent.
Yes.
So well done on that. Meanwhile, I can actually see the athletes. It's Julia Kozerska just turning at the 100-meter mark. So you're here with the Finnish team?
Yes, Iris is my translator.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, or moral support.
Yeah,
Excellent.
moral support also.
Take a selfie with the Finnish team. Excellent. So it's lovely to see such a great Finnish team. I've spoken to a couple of Finnish athletes over the days. Again, the days kind of blur into one for me at this point, but it's so cool to see. Whereabouts do you train, and who do you train with?
I train with Iris almost every day in a static, and
Yes.
also another.
The guys mentioned
clients.
yesterday that you're the, what do they call you? The dynamic duo.
Yes,
but more like
maybe.
static duo. But
yes,
yes.
static duo, yes. Iris do all the results, and I'm hyperventilating.
That is perfect.
Yes.
That is perfect. I think I mentioned earlier on the stream that you can't free dive without buddies, and it's incredibly important to have buddies. Lane E, I'm seeing Rolando Salgado. Lots of shouting happening. Come on, Rolando, stay on the surface. There's some safeties swimming very close to him, and he was struggling a little bit to stay on the line, I think. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by all the things happening. But again, it's so good that you... Wow, you can see Eric Sinter almost as excited as Rolando, but he's looking good. Clément Lessafre, there's definitely a battle there. Nose clip.
Strong dives.
Very, very strong dives. You can see Eric Sinter by the window, just holding his phone high, kind of really, really worried about what Rolando is going to get, and he looks worried. Poor guy, my God. Let's see what he gets. It's a white card, Rolando Salgado, 270 meters?
Yes.
Are you seeing that?
Yes,
Is that just me? I'm like, yes. 270 meters, my God.
Yes.
What? No way. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, the North American national record, I'm afraid, has been taken once again. Wow. 270. Magnificent. Wow.
Crazy dives.
Crazy, crazy dives. That's Julia. 250 meters. Well, according to our estimate on the screen, again, that may not be the official moment. Very calm, very, very relaxed. Like I mentioned, this is the final heat, and it's just so exciting to watch because, and that is a white card for Julia Kozerska. She's very close to 250-meter wall, but I didn't see if she turned or not. If she did, it might be 251 or 252 maybe. We'll have to see in the results afterwards. And Rolando Salgado, 200. Oh no, he's getting emotional. I hope those are happy tears. That looked good.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
Absolutely. An emotional roller coaster is right. That's definitely been, yeah, my God, look at him. He's an incredibly, incredibly strong diver. And they were here with me, and they weren't able to compete in DNF, even though I think he mentioned that's his strongest one, because they weren't able to register, or they couldn't register, or they forgot to register. I don't know what happened, but basically it was due to the lack of announcing. Sorry, the lack of announcements for them. So sad for them. I really, really want to see the official results for Julia, because I want to see what those are. But yeah, wasn't that amazing to watch?
Yes, it was amazing.
Wow. Mikko and Iris, thank you so much for stopping by. It's been lovely to talk to you. Keep up the amazing work with Static.
Yes.
I believe in you, and loving the Finnish representation here.
Yes.
Thank you so much for talking to me, and go and celebrate.
Yes, thanks.
Go and enjoy your day. See you.
Bye.
Well, wow. Emotional roller coaster of a day. Talk about an emotional roller coaster. Julia Kozerska with somewhere around the 250 mark, and Rolando Salgado somewhere around the 270 meters mark, taking the North American national record for the second or the third time today. Yeah, Julia, cool as a cucumber after 250 meters. Thank you so much for your kind words in the YouTube chat, Yelena. The championship is exciting due to the athletes' amazing performances. Algimantas and myself are just helping to interpret what's happening on the screen for you. So Clément Lesafri, you could see a beautiful white card for him and he's so happy. Wow. The safeties are out of the water, and words. This concludes the 32nd AIDA Freediving World Championships here in the Žalgiris swimming pool in Kaunas in Lithuania. We've had a world record yesterday in static. We've had some magnificent performances. North American continental records broken one after the other. Lithuanian national records, Hungarian national records, Romanian national records. I could keep listing them, but I am listing them off the top of my head, so very sorry if I missed anyone. And here we have the we're going to hear from Rolando, who got very emotional after his magnificent dive.
Today we are here with Rolando after the final heat. He just did an amazing performance of 266 meters with monofin. How are you feeling?
Oh, very happy. Very happy you are tired.
I always ask, this is a huge number. What was going through your head?
What the head? Oh.
What was in your mind when you were diving?
The mind is empty.
Empty your mind. You're not thinking about anything, right? Yeah. That is a continental record, right? You're representing Cuba. Is there anyone you want to... Oh, this huge applause, this huge chaos. Everybody's happy. Rolando, say hi to... who do you want to say thank you for? Who helped you out in training and getting this continental record?
Yeah. This distance is for me personal best in continental record.
Good job, Rolando. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That was a very impressive performance.
So we're seeing the safeties throw head of safety Uroš into the water and jumping in after him. It's very distracting when you're trying to interview someone and suddenly people are screaming and jumping into the water. But hey, the absolute stars of the show have been the safeties who've been doing ridiculous, tireless work. Oh, Savas is going into the water. No, Savas. Oh, in he goes. In they all go. We can see the results on the screen. So Rolando Salgado taking gold with 266 meters. Behind him is Clément Lesafre and Ibrahim Al-Sulaitni with bronze, with magnificent 250 meter plus performances. I'm just looking at all the people who did not intend to get wet in the swimming pool. We have the entire safety team, Dennis, the photographer, Uroš, head of safety, and the Savas, head of the jury, all in the water. While they are getting their pictures taken in the pool, we are going to see how Julia feels after yet another World Championship gold dive, I believe.
And we're here with Julia Kozerska just after the last heat. Amazing performance. It was 252 meters. Julia, how do you feel after the dive?
I'm happy that it's over and now I have some time to rest before the next World Championships. And I'm pretty satisfied with 3 gold medals and overall winning.
Yeah, that is correct. You got the gold medal in monofin and overall gold medal. Congratulations. What was the feeling? How did you felt with this dive? Was there anything different?
No, it was quite easy today. I think that was the easiest dive during this competition. I didn't do my max because, like I said, I still have one World Championships in 1 week, so I just did the distance that I needed to win.
Okay, you were strategizing, you were thinking. That's very, very smart. Congratulations. You are probably the overall winner and gold medalist. You were very, very, very... That was a really good performance. Really, thank you so much. Congratulations. Big round of applause.
Okay, watch this, guys. I think there's a bunch of people about to jump into the water together. This is going to be beautiful to watch. All the safeties, head of jury, head of safety for a photo. Stop explaining, Savas, just jump. Here we go. Absolutely, celebrations are in order. While I wait for the action, I can see Dennis setting up his camera ready for the action shot. The safeties, I was going to say, the safeties have been doing an absolute mammoth job. I think it's their job that is the most physical, especially today. They were having to fin so fast to catch up with the incredibly speedy athletes on the monofin. So I'm just so very happy for all of them. They've done a magnificent job. Okay, women's top 15. We have Julia Kozerska with the gold, obviously, in the last heat, strategizing, seeing what all the other competitors before her are doing and making sure that she gets an extra couple of meters over Zsófia Törőcsik from Hungary with 250 meters and Natalie Bruce. And Yasuki Ozeko, it looks like they are in a tie with 231 meters each. In the case of a tie, the result is determined by who announced more. So Yasuko Ozeki announced 186 meters, and I'm just going to check very quickly what Natalie Bruce announced. She was much earlier, so I think her announcement was much lower. Again, I'm just trying to find her. So she announced 101, which gives Yasuko Ozeki the third place in place of the points. And finally, thank you so much to everyone on the YouTube stream who's followed along today or all throughout the 4 days of the 32nd AIDA Freediving World Championships. The event has now come to a close. We will not have any more competitors. And I'm so incredibly grateful for everyone who has tuned in to witness moments of freediving sports history, some fantastic performances, some learning experiences for the athletes with me here. I would like to give a massive shout out to all the safeties. You've seen them celebrate in their own way, the judges, the organizers, the hospitality of the Lithuanian guys who are hosting us here in the Žalgiris swimming pool. I'd like to give a shout out to the broadcasting team in the OB van. Thank you so much for the collaboration and the great work. Beautiful camera work, absolutely fabulous editing, and I am so grateful to be working with you. You've been listening to Ester Kalutskaya, and it's been an honor, a pleasure, and a joy to guide you through this event. Thank you so much, goodbye, and never dive alone.
Pasaulio pamatai, tuo arčiau namų grįžti. Su kiekvienu įkvėpimu vis giliau, gilyn į save, arčiau esmės. Kaip žuvis vandenyje. Pasaulio laisvojo nardymo čempionatas. Pirmą kartą Lietuvoje Žalgirio arenos baseine Kaune. Birželio 24-28 dienomis.